You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess. But isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
WKGN 1340. Go Vols!
You're tuned in to East Tennessee's premier sports radio call-in show. This is The Drive.
And hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another stellar edition of The Drive here on Fan Run Radio. Russell Smith punching the time clock. It's 3:02 on your Friday afternoon. We are live this afternoon at one of our favorite places, the Casual Pint North Shore. Bear and I down here, Walker back in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Bob taking the day off.
I miss Bob, Russ.
You do this all the time. I miss
Bob.
It is just, it's like clockwork. We get a new show host. Bob doesn't like him. Bear doesn't like him.
I never said I didn't like Bob.
He fights and feuds with whoever the new host is. And within weeks, I love that guy. It's my favorite guy. Me and that guy. All the way back. We're just best buds.
Me and Bob have always had a very warm, cordial relationship.
Every time.
I'm not coming after him. I don't go after him the way you do, sir.
Yes, exactly. Me and Bob Baskerville's long-standing beef. Maybe we can get to the bottom of that sometime. Come on out, see us this afternoon, the Casual Pint North Shore. We are at, what is it? I feel like I had the address memorized. Is it 405? Thunderhead Road?
Thunderhead Road.
Thunderhead Road. We're in the blue building right next to between Kazzy's and Soccer Taco, South North Shore Drive near North Shore Town Center. And it's a beautiful day.
Yeah, the leaves are out everything's green. Flowers are blooming. What's it, about 71, 72?
Yeah, it's perfect.
The Masters is on all these TVs.
Yep.
And just went ice cold beer on tap.
What more could you possibly ask for?
Maybe some of those pretzels with beer cheese at some point.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Some food, and they've got food here too. It's incredible.
I'll see what I can do about that. The Masters just went live on ESPN. So we are watching about Rory.
He's gapping the field right now, man. Yeah. He is on fire today.
3-shot lead. 8 under for the tournament. Rose and Burns at 5 under. Reed, Clark, and Hatton at 4 under.
Hatton went deep today. Shot a 66. Could have easily been a 65, but he bogeyed 18.
Wow. Did you do show prep today?
I watched the Masters for about the past. So I've got Prime, and you can watch everything on Amazon Prime.
I've had it going in the background today, but
I just like the sound of the announcers' voices. What's her name, Dee Dee?
Yeah.
Where she describes, what they're facing, what they're up against in this putt.
And you like to pretend like you know what she's talking about?
Well, no, I just find
the
voice
wind,
soothing.
and you got a little bit of a backspin on it.
No, I mean, if you watch the Masters enough to know, it's beautiful down there, super sunny, which means the greens are very, very fast today.
That's good.
They're dry.
That's good. I like it. Fast greens. All right. We are live down here at the Casual Pint North Shore. Want you to come out and see us here today. We've got a lot to get to as we continue to navigate Tennessee basketball in the transfer portal. We've got Walker back in the White Claw Hard Sell Studios. How's it going, Walker?
Oh, doing good. We're all systems go over here. Just excited to chill in here and watch a little Masters with you guys.
Nice.
I mean, it's just
you come out to see us this afternoon. We've got Smokies tickets. The first chance to get free Smokies tickets from Fan Run Radio. You come out, let us know you're listening to Fan Run Radio. We're going to hook you up with 4 tickets to go see the Knoxville Smokies. These are reserved seat vouchers. You basically means you take it to the window and you get to pick wherever you want to sit in that stadium. Can't go up to the box, I'm sorry, but
right,
you get to sit wherever you want. You want to sit down the third baseline, you want to be down the first baseline, you want to be behind home plate. These will get you in, and we're going to hook you up. All you got to do is come down this afternoon and say, I'm listening to Fan Run.
You can, however, because I had some friends that did this, and I think it sounds like just a ton of fun. If you've got like a group of 20 people, you can get a suite for a game.
How much did that go?
I don't know, but it's got all the food that that we always nosh on.
That'd be pretty awesome.
And you've got your own little box seats. I went when we were up there and saw some friends that were that had one.
I'll tell you, the game I got to go to Saturday night at Lindsey Nelson and sit in the club.
How was your experience? You hadn't said anything about it.
It was really cool, man. It's nice. It's nice up there. Seat, cushion seat, little extra leg room. You got your cup holders and everything.
You don't feel like you're going to fall if you get up and try and walk.
No, the view is amazing.
Really?
Like it feels like you're just hovering right over the field. And you're covered. You're under the roof, so you got shelter from the sun, the rain, whatever. And so that's nice. And then you can go back into the tower or the box, whatever you want to call it back there. And so like on the first base side, there's this long hallway because that's where the suites are.
Okay.
And so you go down this hallway, and then it kind of opens up into like a lobby area where you've got a couple of bars.
You can go buy beverages.
Yeah, and everything's touchscreen too. So like you want food, you go up to the touchscreen kiosk, you
do all your business there.
Yeah, you tap it out. You tap your card and you get your receipt, and then you go down to the window where you pick it up is further down the third base line. But they've got all this space in there, right? So you've got club seats, but then you've got the suites. And when I was there Saturday, it was kind of disappointing that the suites, there were nobody in them. They were all empty. For LSU on a Saturday night.
Beautiful weather.
I guess, the Final Four was happening, but
we
don't care. We're not playing in it. Why wouldn't those suites all be full? I think there's
we
6.
Left our heart in San Francisco. That's why.
There's 6 or 7 suites up there, maybe more. I don't know. And I feel like only 1 or 2 of them actually had people in it.
Wonder how big an impact that's made on attendance so far.
I mean, I guess those people have paid for them, UT's gets the money, you bought the suite. But even the box seats were half full up there, if that.
For an LSU Saturday night.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't had we've just been snake bit. And,
I know, man.
The season's kind of fizzled. And we all had such high, and I still do. I've got high hopes for Elander. I hope he can get the ship righted and start reeling off some wins.
We've got bees over here. Is that bad?
Yeah.
Would you be freaking
bees.
out right now if Yellow Jackets were like 2 feet from you like they are from me right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep an eye on them. You ever been stung by one?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
they send out that signal to everybody else that they're attacking.
It would ruin my day.
Oh, his cousins show up. Then you're in real trouble, buddy. I'm allergic. I've had reactions. I'll tear you up.
Monitoring the situation.
But anyhow.
Okay. All right.
Russell may be getting ready to bail.
He landed on my foot, man. Like, I'm cool until you're within inches of me.
Yeah.
Because they always say, like, they can sense the fear or whatever.
Yeah, they're real in tune, all that stuff.
One of the people watching on YouTube I'm sure got a kick out of that. All right. Well, you take care. We'll be like Forrest and Bubba in Vietnam, leaning on each other. I'll tell you if you got to be on you. You tell me if anything's happening over here.
Absolutely. But really, I mean, we got to get better play out of our bullpen, and we need our bat to wake up. I mean, this is a gorilla ball league.
Must wake up.
Yeah. And I guess that's part of what I think may have the fan base bummed out is, I mean, that was our identity under Vitello. We absolutely mashed. Just.
Yeah. We hit it hard and we threw it hard.
1 through 9. And if it, I mean, I can remember us being miffed that we might have 2 weak spots in our lineup. Remember those,
Oh, yeah.
And we get really,
we got to fix that 8-9 hole. It's just killing us right now.
When we're really doing Tennessee baseball, we're 1 through 9.
Yeah, I want the first 2 guys to be threats. We'll talk with Logan Quinton. Vols are down in Starkville tonight to take on a top 10 team in Mississippi State in one of the, historic venues of the sport, one of the best places to watch a game, Dudy Noble Field. I imagine that place will be rocking tonight. So,
oh sure, but I don't know. We were feared, man. Pitchers knew if they're playing us that if they placed a ball just a hair outside of where it should be, it was going to get just mashed.
But and that was my other take from the LSU series is like they're pitching around, like they intentionally walked Grimmer twice on Sunday.
Why wouldn't you?
So you're pitching around
our few hitters we got.
Yeah, and Henry Ford's in a little bit of anyway. I don't want to get too far on.
Let's not ruin.
Yeah. All right, we got
our Masters Friday.
Hey, I'll tell you what else is weird. Tomorrow's the orange and white game.
That's just because of the complete black hole that is the Josh Heupel program. It's modern college football. There is not a more secretive group on the planet than American college football coaches.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to or trading texts with a source of mine over at the university, and they just offered this up voluntarily. He asked one of the higher-ups why there is no television tomorrow. And basically, the deal is these things just aren't entertaining. Like the SEC network is not pursuing. We're not the only school that
it's a waste of money to pay all the people to come out and produce it.
So,
basically.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's all on Josh Heupel and the lack of interest there. I think this is kind of a trend. And, last year the big story was a lot of these schools are doing away with their spring game completely.
Yeah.
Rory drops a shot. He's back to 7 under.
Uh-oh. I was more talking about just in general. Heupel doesn't really give out a lot of information. We joke about him having never answered, or I do at least, a direct question from Sparks. So, if you don't talk about your program, it's kind of hard to get other people to talk about it, or there's just not much to talk about.
Yeah. Just not a lot of content there.
Unless we're just going to, just rank speculation.
865-966-3435 is your phone number to get on the show this afternoon. You can call or text the drive, as always, at 865-966-3435. Roberto wins the first listener to the Fan Run Remote Award for today. And for his prize, he gets a cup. He gets a cup, ladies and gentlemen. No, you can have that shirt too. We got some voluntary. Well, we got a voluntary. We got one of the orange ones. I think we got some of the black ones. We got some fan run shirts, some keychains, some fan run cups. We're going to hook you up this afternoon when you come out to the Casual Pint North Shore, where next week it is their 12th anniversary. So this location has been open for 12 years now. As a company, they've been in business for 15 years. And I was talking with Lindsay, one of the owners here, because we've been on for 15 years. They've been open for 15 years. We've kind of taken this journey together. So we're going to, this fall, throw a joint birthday party for the Casual Pint and the Drive. How about that? Did you hear anything I just said?
No, I was answering text from Walker. Sorry.
Coming up on the show, we've got Davey Hudson of Outkick scheduled to join us today on the program. We'll get his thoughts on spring football beginning to look a lot like Faison. We'll talk about that. We'll get into this portal stuff, figure out what Davey is really looking for from the portal, and maybe even working a Titans question or two while we have a chance. Logan Quinton in hour 2, the Sheik in hour 3. We are jam-packed, loaded, and ready to rock this afternoon. Stay with us. You're listening to The Drive on Fan Run Radio. Back with more from the Casual Pint North Shore right after this.
The Drive.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps.
Where are the best ribs in the Volunteer State? Rickard Ridge. Who has the best barbecue catering packages in East Tennessee? Rickard Ridge. And where's the most beautiful setting to enjoy a meal with family and friends? Rickard Ridge. Rickard Ridge Barbecue. Just a quick ride up I-75, take exit 134, hang a right, and Rickard Ridge is on your left, just inside Cove Lake State Park.
Since the 1960s, Crown Cleaners has provided imperial service for all of your dry cleaning needs. With unwavering attention to detail and customer care, Crown continues to earn the trust of yet another generation of citizens in Knoxville. They also provide free pickup and delivery of dry cleaning, laundry, and alteration services. So find a location near you at Crown.
Fan Run Radio, The Drive continues this afternoon live at the Casual Pint North Shore. Russell and Barrett down here. And we go to Music City, where our old pal Davey Hudson, the Lenore City Bulldog, is standing by. Davey, good afternoon. How are you, sir?
Hey, Russ, good afternoon. I'm doing great. Hope you, Bear and Walker, are doing well. Man, listen, it is that time of year where I can't really complain when the weather is what it is.
Oh, man. It's fantastic out there. Unless you're an allergy sufferer, I took an extra toot on the Flonase.
Did you?
On the way, extra toot.
Good idea.
Yeah, I didn't want to sit here and runny nose on now that we're on camera and everything, looking gross on the air. But it's absolutely beautiful, man. We're out on the patio here at the Casual Pint, just kicking it, watching the Masters, a little golf, a little beer. It's good times, Dave-O.
It's hard to beat, man. It is hard to beat. And we don't have to worry about any more sports, Like, it's not like there's anything that's taking up our time when you talk about Tennessee athletics.
Well, I mean, that and, for you with Duke basketball.
Okay, here we go.
You still in pain, Davey?
It's a Sunday that will live in infamy. I mean, that's the worst sports day of my life. Like, I kid you not. You've got Tennessee just getting absolutely shellacked by Michigan. Not even a game, 30-point blowout. Halftime of that game, Tennessee baseball officially, the tombstone was put up after you gave up 6 runs in the bottom of the 9th on a walk-off grand slam to your arch nemesis, Vanderbilt. And then one of the biggest choke jobs I've ever seen happen in the NCAA tournament occurred with my beloved Duke Blue Devils just absolutely letting UConn back in that game and ultimately snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. It hurts. Pain. The only way to describe it.
The smile on Bear's face right now, the way he gets off on the pain and agony of his friends. I mean, here's our buddy Davey Hudson pouring his heart out to us right now, telling us about one of the most painful. He said it's the most painful day of his sports life. I'm not a Duke fan. I enjoyed watching Duke lose, but I don't enjoy the hurt and the agony I hear in Davey's voice right now. But Bear is like, I mean, he's turned on. It's gross. It's absolutely.
I just really wanted that 19th Final Four appearance.
All right. We'll move on here. Davey, what are your thoughts on, first of all, the guys that left? Were you bummed out about losing J.P. Estrella, Amari Evans, or any of the other guys?
Yeah, I was. Listen, I knew you were going to lose some guys. I didn't think it was going to be this bad in terms of essentially the entirety of the team outside of, Dwayne Brown going into the portal. I mean, listen, you got Bird, but J.P. Estrella, I thought that would be a building block. This season was one in which you saw, all right, Tennessee's got options at the big man position. We were going to lose Felix, but I'm not worried about Tennessee basketball moving forward. But it bums you out. And listen, I'm not the first person to say this, but you grow attached to certain players and you're wanting them to develop in your system, play for that team for multiple years. And it's just not the way college athletics works anymore. I do think, JP, it's one of those things with the bigs in Rick Barnes' system. I always enjoy seeing that development from one off season to the next, because I think that's an area where Tennessee's really excelled. And again, at times I know we sacrifice some defense or we sacrifice some offense for defense, but that was the thing with JP. I really liked his game. I thought he would have really improved, as far as being able to go get us a bucket in crunch time, not to, where it's like he's going to be Grant Williams down there, but you lose him, Jalen Carey's gone, and then Cade Phillips, which granted, if he doesn't have the injury, he's actually able to contribute this year. Does that by chance change his outlook? But yeah, when you're completely starting over, and I know you got Dwayne Brown, and he's going to develop. He's going to be a good player. But just having one guy at such a vital position is it's concerning.
Yeah, it's really weird, those guys. And then Estrella signing with Michigan yesterday kind of shows that there's a market for him. This for the people who are ready to see him walk. I mean, he's a valued commodity out there. Davey, do you trust the process with Rick Barnes as he starts to rebuild this roster already? You've got a nice piece in Lundblade, bringing in a couple of more, one mid-major type, one guy from, it's weird, but Cal is in the ACC. And what do you think about what we've heard so far about the guys they're in on? Are you comfortable with it, or is there a part of you that's a little worried about how next year might shake out?
there's always going to be a little bit of concern in this new era because, I mean, if you're completely changing over your roster, you just don't know. You can't necessarily predict the chemistry. That's just something that it's either going to be there or it's not. Now, there are going to be two sides of the coin. Last week before going into the national championship, Thursday before the Final Four, we had Coach Dusty May on the program here. And it was talking with him about when did you know that this team had the potential to win a national championship? Because, we discussed that you brought in 4 guys that past off season to then be your starters. And then the other guy wasn't the guy that started at Michigan. So you had 5 starters that you got out of the transfer portal that led your team to cutting down the nets when it was all said and done. And so what I will say is it relates to Rick Barnes. We know he's towards the end of his career. He doesn't have many seasons left. So I think he's going to put everything into it to where he, tries to go out on top, finally gets Tennessee to a Final Four. And I'm not concerned from a coaching standpoint. It's just that hesitancy of once you do put this roster together, is that chemistry there? Are they able to gel? And that's not something you can predict or you can even coach into guys. It's just one of those things that's an intangible of playing basketball.
Davey Hudson of Outkick joining us this afternoon here on the program. Yeah, we need a couple of dudes. I mean, Lundblade is a good piece, but he can't be our best player, right? I mean, and we'll see what happens with Juke Harris. I don't even know. The smoke around Tyler Tanner, like,
there's a lot of smoke.
I would be fine with him being our best player. Like, if he comes
here,
here,
if we get him, I think he would be our best player, unless Nate came back.
If you had Juke Harris, I mean, it might be debatable, but I would be fine with just one of. Right now, I would just take one of those. I think everybody obviously would if you got them both. I mean, like then we're doing cartwheels in the street. But you need a couple of these guys, Dave.
You do. And listen, I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, but being here, like I kind of view the Tyler Tanner situation being in a Vols jersey next year. I put that at about 0%. Like I really do. Like it is a situation where there's still a high probability that guy goes to the NBA draft. He's going to be a first-round pick if he goes out. Now, granted, could he want to make his stock rise even more? There's that potential. But my thing for him is, kid grew up, local kid here in Nashville. Vanderbilt gave him the opportunity. It's not like Tennessee's going to be able to outbid Vanderbilt. So you've got to sell him on something else to get him to Tennessee. And right now, whenever it's a roster that you don't exactly have, it's like, what are you selling this kid on compared to running it back with Byington, who is a coach he likes. And I just, it's one of those things, if you could outbid them, okay, but I promise you, no matter what Tennessee's able to offer, Vanderbilt's going to be able to match that.
I mean, at the end of the day, maybe it would just be nice to make them have to overpay for him.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
That's
I mean,
us so many times.
It's a salary cap situation.
Yeah. And I mean, I get that they've got quite a bit more money, but everybody's got a budget.
Every man has his price, and he's the only guy they have left, right? Like all their other guys.
Most of those guys were out of eligibility, weren't they, Dave?
Yeah, in terms of notable players that are still there, yeah. They're
like John, right?
Again, that was another, roster that was very heavily put together through the portal. But I mean, that's just college basketball now. Unless you're starting a team, the only team that really didn't go heavy in the portal or have a starter from the portal last year, I think was Duke. But when you're starting 4 freshmen and the other guy's a sophomore that was coming together, it's like that's the only way you're not portal dependent is if you're just starting young, inexperienced guys.
I don't know if you guys heard any of Tony and Bino earlier today.
Yes.
But they were pontificating rather irresponsibly, in my opinion.
What do you expect from those two?
That if Barnes was unable to land a couple of dudes that he felt like could give him a shot at pushing for a Final Four next year, that he might decide to just go ahead and hang it up right off into the sunset.
I didn't hear that part.
You didn't hear that?
It was brought up. I heard, I think it was Hartman is there like 50% of college basketball players are currently in the portal?
No.
Yeah.
I saw that, but it's not close to 50. It's probably more around 40. So there was a report like half of all. I know it's still a lot, but there were over half of all players are in the portal. That sounds crazy. That's not a sustainable model.
40. I don't think 40% is, Dave. I mean, I thought you were going to say it's closer like 25%.
I'm probably on the high end at 40. It's probably closer to 35, but still, I get the point.
Well, I told those guys, I was actually on with them. I told them, look, I'm not going to panic with Rick Barnes. I've said for years, I don't worry about him having a bad roster. That's just not going to happen. I think we'll have a good roster. I think we all got really excited after those reports as the tournament was ending, or our tournament was ending, about he's going to have more money than ever. And people were talking about a super team and all this. Well, guess what? Everybody else is raising their budgets as well. And the prices are going up. So with those two combined, we might not be able to expect necessarily a better roster than we had last year, which we had a good roster last year. But
the only fault I'll have is it really is Amari Evans. I think from what I've heard, they could have done a little bit more to keep him. I think that was short-sighted because I think he could have been one of those long-term true Rick Barnes culture guys.
Maybe, but you gotta see. Fans don't want to hear this, and it's bad talk radio because you got to have a take. But I've seen this happen with Rick Barnes pretty much every year. We saw it happen with football last year. Remember how everybody was freaking out when the portal opened? Oh, Josh Heupel's getting lapped. He's not getting anybody. And then he got guys.
Yeah.
Okay? Rick Barnes is going to put together a roster here. Now, when he does, if you look at it and say, man, we don't have an Amari Evans here, or we rather would have had Amari Evans than this guy, then you can have that conversation. But if you get better pieces, I look at it like this, Davey. I'm ranking the players, who's the best player in your roster. We talk, Tyler Tanner, Juke Harris would probably be the best player in your roster, and you'd be fine with that. None of us would be okay with Amari Evans as much as we like him being, quote unquote, the best player on our roster. Would you be okay with him being the second best player on your roster?
Third?
Yeah. Third would be the beginning for me.
I would probably say fourth or fifth, honestly. And simply, too, because, one, he's not a shooter. That's not to say he can't develop, but it's not like he's a guy that's able to create offense. And, when we talk about March and having success there, you need a great point guard, and you need, right now, we've shown, the big man is back. You need dominant big men, and he doesn't fit either of those categories, so I can't put him in, he's not going to be one of those guys. It's kind of like we talk about with football, right? And I think you're seeing this more and more with basketball, especially because of the way the portal works, and teams are just having to have turnover year after year. It's like quarterback's by far the most important position in football. Then it's who can get to the quarterback? Do you have a great defensive end? And then it's all right, well, then who can protect the quarterback? And then it's can you fill in skill positions around that? So it's kind of that's where I'm at with basketball now, where it's just a elite point guard and an elite big man. Those are the two building blocks you have to have for an elite roster.
Hey, Davey, switching gears here a little bit. The orange and white game is tomorrow. It's not going to be televised, so I guess you're not going to be seeing it. I'm not going to be seeing it. I don't think I'm going to go over there, although the weather it looks like it's going to be fantastic. Couple of interesting storylines coming out of spring practice. Be interested to hear your thoughts on it. It feels like the whole George McIntyre should have a lead on the quarterback thing because he's been in the system for a year and will have a better command. It feels like that has just not panned out. It feels like Faison is maybe not neck and neck, but only a step or two behind, as opposed to a couple of steps behind, which is leading a lot of people, myself included, to start thinking that Faison Brandon might be your quarterback next year as a true freshman.
Well, listen, I know we're early, but I've already kind of put my eggs into the Faison camp. I actually want to see him be our starter come week one. If you are George McIntyre, I know he was a highly touted prospect, but he just, whenever you look at the potential for being elite, I think your best bet's to ride with Faison. Now, the conversation's been Faison's highs have been incredibly high, but his lows have been incredibly low, and McIntyre's just average. It's like, I'm like putting out the guy out there that's giving you a chance for greatness. Hopefully he can clean up on some of these boneheaded plays that have, resulted in turnovers. But as we know, if anything, with Josh Heupel, he's one of those guys that it's just like, he just wants somebody that can run that offense. And that's the thing I don't know exactly yet with how much of the install like Faison has under control. But that's the thing too with what we're hearing as far as reports go. It's just like McIntyre's not doing anything to separate himself, and that's what you would want to hear for a guy who's already been in the system for a while, has some familiarity with his weapons. There should be some chemistry there, and it seems just very underwhelming. I mean, like as it relates to the spring game tomorrow. There's been zero buzz for that. I get why none of these games are televised anymore, just because coaches don't want to put anything on tape. But what I would say to that is they got rid of the spring portal. So what are you really worried about? It's not like somebody's going to be able to go and snatch a guy off your roster because they see him on the screen and this guy's like blowing up on ESPN in a spring game. That's not a thing that can happen anymore. But as we know, these coaches just want to limit access to as little as possible. And that's why the spring game's essentially dead as far as being able to it being a viewing experience on television.
Are you buying or selling the reports that the defense, the rebuild on the defensive side of the ball under fake Bear Jim Knowles is ahead of schedule?
He is good looking, Dave.
Here's what I'll say to that. It's like you can't get much worse.
Yeah.
So it's like if the bar's so low and you just barely got to jump over the bar. It's like, what is that really telling me?
It's telling you that there's nowhere to go but up, my friend. But how far up can we go? And if I just wonder, man, if you're starting a true freshman quarterback, we saw how much they protected Nico in terms of, I don't want to say dumbing it down, but kind of dumbing it down.
Certain parts of the playbook weren't.
Yeah. I mean, I would imagine if it's Faison as a true freshman, that would be even more pronounced as far as just spoon-feeding him bits of the playbook. And I don't know that we're going to have as good a defense. I mean, I think it's unreasonable to expect this defense to be 2024 good. So, yeah, I mean, it's a tough schedule. I'm not saying train wreck, but it kind of gives you an insight as to why Vegas has set 6.5 as the over-under for win total.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, like Heupel's not going to go into it with this mindset, and I am nervous whenever it comes to this. As far as listen, the fan base majority are very frustrated with Danny White based off how everything has gone since Tony left. And again, I don't. Danny White's not the reason Tony's no longer coaching Tennessee baseball. I'll leave it at that. But if you are Josh Heupel and you have an underwhelming season after last year, that pressure, that hot seat is going to continue to rise. And I think if you're him, listen, Faison gives you the best opportunity to show those flashes of like, no, we have a quarterback we can build around. Let's stick through it. I hope the fan base just doesn't get too upset, because right now, if I had to give you like gun to my head, how many wins does Tennessee get this coming season? I'm putting it at 7. So people that are looking for like a 9-10 win season, I'd be shocked if we get that. But I do think, listen, you're going to have some growing pains with Faison out there. But in terms of just elite quarterback play, a guy that can be an absolute difference maker, I'm taking him over McIntyre. And I think that's your best bet if you're Heupel, to ride with that and then just be like, all right, let's just hold this together for a year. And then the season after that, that's really whenever you could see this team take off. But I get why people don't want to hear that.
Yep. Not what you want to hear in year 6, especially when Lane Kiffin is going down there LSU and like they're going to be super competitive year 1, or they're expecting to be anyway. If they're not, like, that's going to be a disaster worth tuning in for. But anyway, good stuff. Davey, anything else on your sports mind? You notably were the last one on the UT baseball bandwagon. Are you going to be the first one off, or have you already jumped off the
Oh,
Elite.
I left when we did voluntary reaction following the Elite Eight. Listen, man, like if it's something like that, you got to keep me interested. And it's just there's no buzz around that team. That was the big thing about like when I finally did get on the Tennessee baseball bandwagon. It was just this is something different. This is not something that you see when you watch baseball. Like going back to the conversation we had with Tony whenever he was kind enough to give us the behind the scenes at Oracle Park. He was like, listen, like I know we won a national championship in 24, but if there was ever a Tennessee team that a documentary was made around, it would be the 22 team. And it was because of how that team just carried themselves, the swagger they had. That was something different. That's something that baseball generally, they're like the unwritten rules. Trust me, that Tennessee team did not follow any unwritten rules. And it was what made them interesting. It's what made Tennessee baseball come onto the scene. And then we've just been neutered. It's been boring to watch. Just absolute, you can call it bad luck, but it's just the plays in which that have led to so many losses this year. You're just looking back on it. It's just like, oh my gosh, like why am I wasting my time watching this? And I hate to say that, but that's just simply where I'm at.
Davey, good stuff, my friend. Titans going running back in round 1, 2 weeks?
Lord, I hope not. Listen, Jeremiah Love's a great player, but when you are the Titans, and I don't understand this. I am not the only team, and I know this isn't going to be the case. The only team that should be drafting a running back in the first round is a team that just made it to like the conference championships or the Super Bowl, and they're like, you know what? We lost a running back in free agency, Kenneth Walker, to the Chiefs. If you're Seattle, and it's like Seattle being at 32, you could take one there. But using the 4th overall pick for a bad team, and you got to remember, Tennessee tied 3-14 with other teams. So it's not like we were necessarily the 4th worst team. It's just based off how the schedule all played itself out. There's so many needs that this team needs. They need to build through the trenches. They need to go defensive end, get an edge rusher. I'm leaning towards David Bailey if he's there. That's who I would like to see them take. I think he's got the most Javon Curse-like impact that you could get as far as the skill level and the potential there. But with being the Titans, if you take a running back at 4, I just view it as a wasted pick because you're not improving at the key positions you need to. And you really, I think having a guy like David Bailey who could create a lot of turnovers and then give Cam Ward more opportunities is what you need. Like, listen, when the Saquon went 2nd overall to the Giants several years ago, what did that do for the Giants? It didn't do anything. And while I love watching a good running back, I would cheer for them if they're on my fantasy team. You don't need to be using the top 10 pick on a running back, even if he is one of the best players in the draft.
I did agree with that a little bit. I don't think that the Giants' failure to capitalize on Saquon is. I think that's more of a Giants problem and just quarterback.
Just really bad luck with injuries.
Yeah, injuries and
he's a tier 1 back.
Poor culture, I would say, as well.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you're great at running back, but you have still so many other holes, like that's not a position that can just elevate a team in my mind. Well, and the other thing too, you got to look at it. No, granted, Tennessee. Oh, go ahead.
I would just that's the one part that I fully agree with. Excuse me, fully agree with you on.
I don't discount Titans fans though not trusting their front office to not get the pick because Love is, you draft him, he's going to be good. He's not going to be a bust. We would be stunned if he's a bust. Like the guy from Texas Tech, Reuben Bain, like some of those guys. I think they have high ceilings.
Yeah,
I wouldn't bet on them
questions.
being busts, but like the chance for bust is bigger with some of those guys. And I think that's what Titans fans are. They're just like, look, you've got the 4th pick. It looks like we did pretty good last year with Cam Ward. We'll see. You can't bust this pick. We've busted so many first rounders. You can't bust this pick.
All right, Davey, who if you're in charge, who are you taking it for? You're in the room.
David Bailey, if he's still there. David Bailey, edge rusher out of Texas Tech. I just, if you give Robert Saleh a guy to just go get the quarterback, that's what he can do. But my other thing too, and again, like Tennessee's not really in this position because they've been so bad and they haven't spent the money. If you draft Jeremiah Love right there, he automatically becomes one of the highest paid running backs in the league just based off how the rookie scale pay structure is. So from a cap standpoint, you're really putting yourself, could be a couple years down the road, but it's a little bit more of a difficult decision. I know we need help at wide receiver, but there aren't any of those wide receivers that I think, between Jordan Tyson, Mekhi Lemon, and Carnell Tate that I think are like just true dominant ones. There's no Malik Neighbors, Jamar Chase there. So I'm fine on waiting and getting one of the receivers early in the second round if that's the route you want to take. But I really just think they need to improve on that defense side of the ball first. And going and getting a guy that can take care of getting to the quarterback is vital in my mind.
All right, Davey, good stuff, my friend. Thank you so much for jumping on. Only, 100 days or so till the next voluntary reaction?
Year 10. We're almost there.
Year 10 of voluntary reaction?
Yep.
And they said it wouldn't last. How about that? Very cool. All right, Dave. Have a good weekend, man. Davey Hudson of Outkick making his presence felt this afternoon. One of the OGs, one of the fan run OGs.
Oh, yeah, he's a made man for sure. One of my all-time favorite people. Love Devlin him.
Good dude.
Little brother kind of figure.
Some good stories. One of the smartest guys to ever come through fan run, which granted, not saying a lot.
Poor impulse control at times. He's a wild card.
A little bit of a hothead.
HR sometimes has to get involved.
Yeah, very inappropriate, sick, twisted, some would say demented sense of humor.
And that is saying something. He may have the most twisted sense of humor out of everybody that's worked there. That's saying something. We work with Cody McClure.
Certain group texts that I have that Davey's a part of are one of many reasons that I could never be president.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other that I would, be terrible at it. So we'll take a quick time out. The Drive coming to you live this afternoon, the Casual Pint North Shore, where we are, 2045 Thunderhead Road. Thanks to whoever it was in the YouTube chat who pointed that out. I love how our audience, like our hardcores, the P1s, the chatters, the Robertos, the callers,
the drivers,
they know more about what it is we do here than we do at times. Russell, where are you right now? I don't know.
Where am I?
The YouTuber, 2045 Thunderhead Road. Your address to put
Casual
it in the
Pint
maps
North
app.
Shore.
Yeah, come out, see us this afternoon. We got Smokies tickets for giveaway, some fan run swag. We're watching the Masters. It's outstanding. Back with more Fan Run Radio right after this.
The Drive.
Miss any of your favorite Fan Run show? Listen to the podcast on our free Fan Run Radio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia, courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys, every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess. But isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Thanks, guys. Fan Run Radio, the drive continues live this afternoon. The Casual Pint North Shore. Shout out to Mark. Shout out to Roberto. Happy anniversary, Roberto. All right. Well done, sir. Go home. Little romance. 18 years. That poor woman. The drive live this afternoon. Casual Pint North Shore. My man over here in the Cubs City Connect hat. I was watching.
That was cool.
Do you like the City Connect uniforms?
Yeah, they don't bother me too much.
I'm not a big fan. I'm a purist. But you know how much those jerseys go for online? You want like a Brave City Connect? How much do you think that cost you online?
Probably $3.
$200.
Yeah. I mean, I went to the when I went up last time I was in New York, I went to it was Yankees and Cubs. And went to the pro shop at Yankee Stadium, and I mean, you just about have to sell a kidney for some of that gear.
Yeah,
but that stuff, it's always
people
what is
pay
it about
for
the
it?
Stadium gear that makes it just looks cooler?
What do you mean, like gear that was bought in the stadium, or
yeah, like the stadium stores always seem to have.
Well, you can get the same stuff online.
Yeah, it just doesn't. I'm a brick and mortar guy, man. You can't tell though when you can't like get it in your hands.
Oh,
and
I'm the
take a
same
good look
way.
at it.
Like I can't buy clothes that I've never bought before. If it's like the same thing, like I'll order if it's a pair of shoes or something, and I know exactly what size I wear, or a shirt or something that. But like pants for me, because I'm a skinny fat guy. Like I can't. Like I have to try them on. It's like they just never fit, and I'm picky about it too.
Yeah, I am as well.
So
there are certain things I'll buy jackets.
Jackets?
Yeah, stuff like outerwear.
Online?
Yeah, t-shirts.
I mean, you almost have to anymore.
Yeah, just about. I mean, brick and mortar's going the way of the dodo, but
yeah,
I don't know. I feel bad for being happy about Davey being in pain now a little bit.
You feel bad for feeling happy
because Davey was hurting.
Well, then you're not happy. You're just feeling bad.
Yeah, part of me. The
I
other
don't
part of me
believe
is kind
you.
of happy.
I don't believe you.
Excellent visit with him, though.
Yes, excellent visit. We got a bunch of friends, a bunch of OGs on the show today. Cookie Man coming up here in just a little while. We've got Haji,
the Sheik,
coming up, hour number 3. So now's a good time to go ahead and get on if you want. 865-966-3435, your phone number. We're on 105.7 FM today. We're on 1340 AM in Knoxville. We're streaming at fanrunradio.com and the free Fan Run app. And we are on YouTube, where you can go and check us out there. JV555 says, can't wait to hear Bears Masters update. Are you ready?
I think Walker's doing it from home base today.
Come on. The guy just said he wants to hear you do it.
Nah.
What do you mean, nah?
Got off to a horrible start yesterday.
But like you're going to deprive our audience of a couple of laughs on a Friday afternoon because you're a little bit embarrassed?
I'll think about it.
You'll think about
Yeah.
it? Okay.
I'll take it under advisement.
Some other good comments here. Michael Motes wants to know if the hot tub talk ran Bob off.
No, it did not. I did
GBO.
get a lot of texts last night from people that were wanting to weigh in. It's weird how the stupidest things on the show drive so much interest.
GBO Kyle Beach says, I imagine that Bob is sitting in a hot tub somewhere with his buddies.
Nah. He's on a college visit.
Volpool says, is getting a cup from another man weird? Bear.
What kind of cup are we talking about?
Any cup.
Like he's going to cup something or cup, like a cup like this?
A cup. Man, he's going to cup something? A cup.
No, that's not. That's totally different from getting in a hot tub with a bunch of dudes.
Hour number 2 of the drive coming up on many of these Fan Run affiliates live this afternoon from the Casual Pint North Shore. Back with more after this.
The Drive.
Fan Run Radio, the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This ain't no wishy-washy, limp-wristed, kale-eating, half-ass sports radio station. We're your in-your-face, truth-telling, say-it loud, flag-waving, face-painting, hardcore, bring the noise, causing a ruckus, don't give a damn sports station. Sports talk that doesn't just hang up and listen. For the fans. This is Fan Run Radio. Get some.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Hey Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
Your smile is one of the first things people notice, so why not make it unforgettable? At Knoxville Smiles, we believe everyone deserves a smile they're proud to show off, whether it's time for a routine checkup, a professional cleaning, or something more advanced like teeth whitening or veneers. Our expert team is here for you. We use the latest technology to provide the highest quality care in a comfortable, friendly environment. At Knoxville Smiles, we don't just treat teeth, we treat people. Our goal is to make every visit as stress-free and pleasant as possible. So if you've been putting off your next dental visit, now's the perfect time to take the next step towards a healthier, brighter smile. Give us a call at 865-539-1776 to schedule your appointment. That's 865-539-1776. Or visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Hour number 2 of the Drive underway. It's Fan Run Radio. Russell and Bear live this afternoon at the Casual Pint North Shore. Send things back to the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios, where Walker Smith is standing by with today's Top 4 at 4. Walker, hit it.
Thank you, Russell. At number 1, on threes, Pete Nakos reports that Tennessee target transfer Thomas Dowd has multiple teams currently making a push for him. Teams in contention with the Vols include Auburn, Texas Tech, and Vanderbilt, with Tennessee as the team to watch, according to Nakos.
That's according to Nakos? I try not to put too much stock in these reports because I read a piece, I believe, by Joe Tipton.
Okay.
It listed, what were the schools, Walker? Is Tennessee, Auburn, Texas Tech, and Vandy?
Yes.
And the piece I read said that Auburn was considered the front runner because he's from Dothan and he grew up an Auburn fan. So
I mean, both could be true. I think we're a team to watch because we want him really
we're
bad.
A team to watch.
But the favorite
right.
is Auburn. I think that's the way that's kind of looking at right now.
That's not a shocker. I've been a little surprised that Auburn's been caught as flat-footed by NIL as they seem to have been.
I don't think they're flat-footed. I just think that it's kind of what we're going through in baseball right now, where the man who built your program leaves suddenly. They give it to the next guy, and there's been a drop-off. Now, obviously, it's a little bit different in their situation because, it's his son. But I think, the perception is that program's not the same. And I think that's going to hurt them from getting players. So, anyway, Dowd seems like a guy that Barnes wants. I want to, that'd be a really good start. You got your power forward. You got a shooting guard. We got a point guard and a rim protector coming in for visits this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be I want to be able to come back on the air Monday with another player in the fold.
It'd be pretty upbeat. I was hoping we'd have enough news where we might get a Bob's basketball breakdown.
Well, there's no basketball.
Yeah, we could break down the portal, Russ.
He could.
Land a bunch of big commits or something over the weekend.
Could.
Walk.
At number 2, Tennessee baseball begins a tough series on the road tonight at number 5, Mississippi State in Starkville. It will be Landon Mack making his second straight Friday start this year on the bump. Sophomore Chris Newstrom will not be with the team this weekend as he is dealing with an internal matter. First pitch is at 7 p.m. and is showing on SEC Network Plus.
We'll break down the series with Logan Quinton, Cookie Man, coming up here in just a few minutes. But all right, Bear, we don't want to be back to just don't get swept, but
we're there.
I mean, would you take a win right now if the baseball god said, hey, we'll give you 1 of 3, but would you go ahead and lock that in, or do you want to gamble and say maybe we can win the series? We're kind of getting to the point
where we're going to have to gamble if we have any hopes of, and I can't believe I'm saying this, of making the tournament.
Yeah.
God, that turns my stomach. I mean, we were trying to figure out this time of the year usually if we're going to be hosting the Supers, or we've been a lock to host a Super.
That's the conversation. We ain't hosting Supers.
No,
we're not hosting regional.
No, we're just right now. We need to grind to get in and maybe make some noise. I mean, there were some years where Tony lost a bunch of series last year.
mathematically, we've only got 8 losses. Yes, we could turn it around and host, but they've got to turn it around.
They got sweeps
now.
Yeah, they got sweeps.
You got to win this series and start winning.
At number 3, let's take a look at some of the biggest transfer portal developments today. The hottest name to enter the portal is Iowa's Alvaro Folgueras, who was linked to Tennessee last year and hit the critical shot to beat Florida in the NCAA tournament. Other notable players entering the portal include Ole Miss guard Travis Perry and Miami guard Jordan Key. Some interesting commits are Kentucky's Denzel Aberdeen committing to Florida, Justin Pippen, son of Scotty, committing to Ohio State, and Knicks G League guard Dink Pate leaving the pros and going to Providence.
Did you see Aberdeen?
Yeah, but he has no eligibility.
Who?
Aberdeen.
He doesn't?
No, he's out. I saw a tweet from
Rothstein.
No, our buddy Torres, Aaron. But what he says, he's going back to finish his degree, but he is applying for a waiver because apparently in his freshman year he played 26 minutes over the course of 12 games, and that counted as a year of eligibility.
So Denzel Aberdeen, who played at Kentucky this past year, was on Florida's national championship team 2 years ago, is transferring, or he's committed to Florida. So he's doing who was the guy was it Michie Johnson at South Carolina and went to Ohio State and back again?
And forth, like 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's doing that thing. Yeah, there's some.
Which, in this case, that's why I'm a big fan of you got 5 years to play 5.
How do you feel about
I'm intrigued by Folgueras. He was the guy, too, that, like, he's the one that got lost and got the dunk on the play where Nebraska only had 4 guys on the floor.
That was him as well. That's right.
Nice player. Look good in orange.
Certainly would.
I am a little bit, certainly trust Barnes and his process here, but Miles Rubin at 6'10", 220 pounds, I do have questions about his ability to hold up in the paint. Everybody on YouTube getting to watch me run from this bee.
They still bugging you? I mean, with that guy, I've watched more than 45 seconds of the Twitter video that you watched. Like, he's very athletic, but I look at him and I kind of forget he's 6'10". I was looking forward more to we're not losing what we had in Okpara is a big guy that could could guard guys on the perimeter.
That's going to be hard. That's going to be hard to find, man. The only 2 guys we've had that could do that in the last 20 years are Okpara and Wayne Chisholm. Like, is
Okpara going to be the hardest one to replace?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it just depends on what you value, but he's going to be very hard to replace.
And at number 4, it's cut day at the Masters, as beautiful weather, firm greens, and gettable hole locations are making today's round extremely compelling, with lots of great names at the top of the leaderboard. Leading the Masters currently, we have Rory McIlroy.
Really? Bear's not going to do the update?
Would you like Bear to do it?
Yes. Yeah, I'll do it.
The people want it.
All right, Bear.
We've got Rory McIlroy alone atop the leaderboard. Russ, he's at 7 under par.
Mm-hmm.
We got Justin Rose. Yeah, he's got that pinched face. He's real pale looking. Never liked him.
No need to editorialize. Just
he's
the facts,
5 under. He's tied with Jimmy Day and Patrick Reed.
Jimmy Day?
Is that not that guy's name?
Who is Jimmy Day?
Oh, Jason Day. Okay,
yes,
sorry, my
Jason
bad.
Day.
Patrick Reed. Don't like that guy. Nobody likes that guy.
Nobody likes
even his own family.
Patrick Reed.
Yeah.
Captain America you're talking about.
Tyrell Hatton, I think with the round of the day so far, he carded a 66 and could have easily had a 65, but bogeyed 18.
Here we go.
Hotan Lee.
Wow.
Hotan Lee.
Impressive.
Had the shot of the tournament so far. He had one dialed in. was amazing. He's sitting tied for 5th at 4 under par. Let's see some other notables. Brooks Koepka is up 8 spots. He's tied for 9 at -3. Tommy Fleetwood coming off an eagle is at -3 as well. Let's see. Let's scroll down to some notables. As Walker said, the projected cut was at 4 over par. Some notable names not tracking to make the cut. Zach Johnson, Bubba Watson, Vijay Singh, Joey Harrington, Fred Couples.
Joey Harrington, the former quarterback for the Oregon Ducks.
Oh, that's not who that is
Patrick Harrington, perhaps?
No.
It's not Patty Harrington?
Jackson Harrington, amateur. Sorry about that, Jackson.
Wait, that's our guy.
Yeah, he's not going to make the cut. He blew up
That's the fridge.
Yeah, he blew up on 5 and 6.
Oh, Jackson.
Mike
Pour one
Weir.
out for you, buddy.
Let's see if there's any other big names. Nope. Rest of them, it doesn't look like any of the amateurs made the cut. Jose Marie Olafable will not make the cut.
Too bad. Projected, what was the cut right now?
4 under par. Yeah. So, Sungwoo Kim is at +4. I was expecting more out of the young South Korean.
You were?
Yeah.
What exactly were you expecting?
Him to be not +4 on Friday. I'll tell you that right now. Sergio Garcia, as usual, is blowing up, imploding. Colin Morikawa. I mean, these guys technically are within striking distance at 2 over par, Russ, but
long way to go.
Yeah.
Long way to go.
Moving day is tomorrow.
Moving day is tomorrow.
I will be watching pretty much. After we leave here tonight, I'm going to dedicate the rest of my weekend to watching almost every shot.
I expect a full report on Monday.
You will have it, sir.
I want a masterful Masters update from you.
Well, that'll be
Monday.
That'll be it for your top 4 at 4, Russ.
What are the chances I can get out of here without getting stung by that thing?
Probably pretty good.
Or his buddy. Think so?
Yeah, there's got to be a nest around here. We got to track it down. Set fire to it.
I'll put you in charge of that, buddy. Thank you, Walker. That is the top 4 at 4. It's brought to you this afternoon by our friends right here at the Casual Pint North Shore. Always a pleasure to come out here. Love our visits to the Casual Pint. And this is, so far, it's been, if I can get out of here without being stung, I mean, this might be our best one. Their big anniversary party is the 17th and 18th next week. Next weekend, they're going to have live music that they always have out here. We've got Beerstro Eats for you, the new Reuben Hot Pocket, a twist on a classic favorite.
Ooh.
They've got the Italian. What is this? Oh, I got another.
Focus.
Something after me. We've got the
Italian
basil chicken salad. And the Masters Classics, honoring the Masters with our new pimento cheese and egg salad sandwiches. Huh?
You got to get your pimento cheese sandwich.
Huh? All right.
I mean, I eat pimento cheese sandwiches all the time.
Do you really?
Yeah. It's good.
Might have to get one here in a
I eat
minute.
a lot of cheese sandwiches.
You eat a lot of cheese sandwiches? Like just plain cheese?
Yeah, sometimes. They toast the bread up a little bit. Toasted cheese.
So grilled cheese?
Not grilled.
Toasted cheese, just American cheese sandwich?
Yeah, you toast your bread and then you slap the cheese in there, and then the heat from the toasted bread it melts it. Takes less time and less mess and getting out the butter. And
Can't go there with you.
Skillet.
I'm a big toast guy, though. Maybe just butter on.
What about cheese? You ever make cheese toast like old school, like from when you were a kid and you'd eat breakfast at school?
No.
You don't know what you're missing, man.
Think I do.
Cheese toast. Try it sometime.
865-966-3435. Your phone number to get on the show here this afternoon. Did we get another Lady Vol? I saw a thing where we might have gotten a big girl from Stanford.
I'm not sure. Walker, do you know? Walker usually clues me in.
No, but I will look into it.
Harper Peterson.
I mean, we got to have a big
6'3", sophomore. Just finished her sophomore season.
Does that make her a center? At 6'3" in the women's game?
We'll say forward. Yeah.
Power forward.
Well, I mean, positionless basketball.
Is she what's her? I don't want to sound
think
rude.
She averaged a ton of points last year.
She big, like she husky.
She's sick.
Why is this a problem when you're talking about? It's not a problem when we're talking about men, but now it's. Do they want to be part of our thing or don't they? This is how I talk about athletes. Is she big? Can she move or can she move?
Well,
can she bulldoze people out of the paint?
Men and women are different, Bear. You don't refer to women, athlete or
They're
not.
The ones who want to be part
big.
of this thing. This is how we do it, buddy.
Well, this is how you do it.
It's not male and female. It's our, what type of athlete?
What do you mean it's not male? We're talking about women's basketball. Yes,
right.
It's male and female.
Why do we have to follow all these rules? Like,
I don't know.
It's not
Bear.
me being misogynistic.
Why is the ball smaller? Why is the 3-point line closer? I don't know, because the sexes are different and we make various accommodations. We don't refer to
I'm asking
bigger
what type
women
of big
as husky.
she is. It's the difference between Felix Okpara and Jalen Carey. Is she an athletic big or is she, a muscle big?
I don't know. I haven't seen the film. She's 6'3". What do you want from me?
I don't know.
Logan Quinton, the Cookie Man, coming up momentarily on many of these Fan Run affiliates. And we do have your Smokies tickets this afternoon. As you get off work, come by.
They're going like hotcakes.
They are, man. People want that 9-inning vacation.
Can you buy?
It's... Oh, no. Go ahead. Shut it down.
Oh, God. Koval.
Koval has entered the chat.
It's looking deranged.
Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. 2045 Thunderhead Road, where we are this afternoon, the Casual Pint North Shore. We talk Tennessee baseball with the Cookie Man. Vols desperate for a win or two this weekend in Starkville. We'll see what the chances are when we continue next right here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive. Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Since the 1960s, Crown Cleaners has provided imperial service for all of your dry cleaning needs. With unwavering attention to detail and customer care, Crown continues to earn the trust of yet another generation of citizens in Knoxville. They also provide free pickup and delivery of dry cleaning, laundry, and alteration services. So find a location near you at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, Knoxville's choice for dry cleaning for over 40 years.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue. It's more than just dinner, it's a destination. Hey, this is Russell Smith, and whenever somebody asks me for a barbecue recommendation, I always tell them to take the quick drive up I-75 and visit Rickard Ridge Barbecue. Rickard Ridge is about a 20-minute drive up I-75 from downtown Knoxville. Just take exit 134 in Caryville, hang a right, and Rickard Ridge is tucked just inside Cove Lake State Park on your left. You can't miss it. Fall off the bone Memphis-style baby back ribs, slow-smoked chicken thighs, fresh, juicy, hand-cut steaks. Rickard Ridge has it all. And this ain't no Yankee chain store fly-by-night operation either. Owner Mark Rickard has spent years honing his smoking skills in Memphis, and his secret recipe and techniques have been driving East Tennessee wild for years. So make time to check him out. Rickard Ridge Barbecue inside Cove Lake State Park and online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Fan Run Radio, the drive continues. Happy birthday, Koval. Behave yourself. The owner, Josh, is here. Well, I don't want anybody getting thrown out of here on account of the drive this afternoon.
That's only happened one time, or one person.
That we had to kick out of a remote?
Yeah, it's usually the same person. It's been kicked out of multiple.
Yeah.
Won't shame him by naming him.
I think he's even been asked not to return, and he keeps coming back, which I appreciate the perseverance, actually. I just wish he'd behave himself on a more frequent basis.
He knows who he is.
It's the drive fan. Happy birthday to Koval, by the way.
Yeah.
Did I already say that?
Yes.
My bad.
You're all right.
All right. It's been a long week.
Let's get the Cookie Man in here.
Logan Quinton joining us this afternoon. Check out the 920 podcast. He does a great job producing that with Bill Minott every week for us here at Fan Run Radio. LQ, good afternoon. How are you, sir?
Good afternoon. I'm fantastic. Man, Koval is there, and it's his birthday. That is
Koval and disgruntled Vol, who got himself a little bit, what is that, Go Brewing? Tropical IPA? Non-alcoholic, okay. Koval, you wouldn't like that. LQ, good to hear your voice, my friend. Hope you're doing well. I haven't heard this week's podcast yet, but I listened to last week. You and Bill do a great job as always. Man, this Tennessee baseball team, so close and yet so far. I mean, I get my feels about it when I'm watching this. It is painful to watch, Logan. And then when I get away from it and I think about it, I'm like, okay, we are inches away from winning a series at Georgia, who's a top 10 team, best record in the league so far in conference play. We are inches away from beating LSU twice. You know, if Marin holds on to the ball, we win the series. Levi's home run travels another foot. We win the series. Mm-hmm. So, and we're 6-6, right? So I'm trying not to lose my mind about it, but it is hard when you're watching these games, and I'm sure you feel the same way.
Yeah, we mentioned on this week's pod, I mentioned the term one step forward, two steps back. Look, we're like you mentioned, the Tennessee baseball team is like a foot away from being 8-4 instead of 4-8 in conference play, right? When you add up all those inches, and it's not that guys aren't stepping up and performing. Last week, Reese Chapman, that Friday night game, that was supposed to be, that had all the makings. I had a different seat for that game, took it in a bit differently to kind of mix things up and get a different perspective. And I'm sitting there thinking, man, this is building up to have Reese Chapman, who's been in the program so long. This is going to be his game, his moment in putting the team on his back. I mean, I know the last at bat, I know that how that transpired, but to go 3 for 4, have a big swing in there, and then the defensive play of the lifetime for Reese, and you still don't come away with the victory. And then you had Blaine Brown with the grand slam on Sunday to help get out to a comfortable lead. And it's just the components aren't meeting together on both sides of the baseball. And like you said, it results in just being inches away. And now you have to head down to Starkville to the Dude to face a very talented Mississippi State team. Look, I know they're coming off of a sweep of Georgia. And speaking of the Bulldogs from Athens, that was the best resume piece in terms of a whole weekend out of any team in college baseball this season. And I think that holds. So we'll see what Georgia does the rest of the season. But Russ, I know you're dealing with a swarm of bees. Tennessee is going to be walking down into a hornet's nest down in Starkville.
Is he behind me there?
No, it was some other friends of the show.
Ah, okay. Good attendance today at the remote. Yeah, Logan, I mean, we're I said earlier, we're desperate right now, man. We need wins any way we can get them. I just wonder, Appenzeller has been the bright spot, right? And I know they want to bring him in on Saturdays. That's been the pattern. But I wonder, Logan, if we get a good start tonight from Landon Mack, and he can get through 5 innings or so, and we're tied or we have a lead. We've been leading, I think, in 6 straight SEC games after the 8th inning. Going into the 8th inning, I think that's right. We've been leading in 6 consecutive SEC games, and we've only won 1.
Jesus.
So I almost wonder, Logan, if we're in a position, and this is difficult to state, it might be difficult to accept, but if we're in a position where it's just don't get swept, I almost wonder if you just bite the bullet, bring in Appenzeller if you have a chance to win tonight, just so you can go ahead and get that win out of the way. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. I think that if the Vols are in that position, I think they go that route. And I'm a tad bit surprised that Cam isn't in the starting rotation for the weekend. But I also agree with the path that Josh Elander is taking. He was asked about it after the series last weekend about Cam and his potential to start, and Josh was non-committal. But if you were there, his reaction was much like, "Hey, we're thinking about it, and it could be in the mix. We'll have to talk about it." But I'm all for. I know Cam's on a roll, 18 in the third, scoreless through SEC play as a freshman, just phenomenal, right? But I think a freshman's first start, no matter the caliber of the talent, I want that at home if I'm the coaching staff. Maybe we see it next week against Ole Miss, but yeah, I do think that they mix it up a little bit in terms of how they stack the pitching. If they're in high leverage when Mac comes out of the game, I do expect Appenzeller. And look, Mac, look at his numbers, service numbers as a whole on the season. It may not be up to par with the starter they're going to see tonight, Tomas Valinkas from Mississippi State. But I'm telling you, the last 2 weeks, what Mac's been able to put together, he's risen to the occasion. He had command issues for a few weeks, back-to-back games with career-high walks. Then he walked 3 against Missouri. But these last 2 weeks against Vanderbilt and LSU, he's been lights out. 19 strikeouts to just 1 walk in 12 innings in those 2 games. And he did his job against, and then some, against the Tigers. And that's what made that game last week so sour and so hard to take down. But hopefully Matt can be up to the task. And if he is, and it's high leverage, I do think they roll Appy out there.
Logan Quinton with us this afternoon. The Cookie Man's appearance is always presented by our friends at Crumble Cookies. We'll tell you more about them coming up here in just a minute. But Logan, Brian O'Connor's hit the ground running down there in Starkville. This is why you hire this guy, right? I mean, there's no rebuild process. It's almost like Schloss going to Texas last year, and you just start winning immediately. Mississippi State enters this weekend ranked in the top 15 in batting average. This is nationally, by the way, right? Top 15 in batting average, scoring, hits, ERA, and whip. They do it all. And they're without their ace right now, who's on the shelf. Ryan McPherson not pitching tonight.
Yeah, it's in terms of the lineup, the way I describe this lineup is relentless. They remind me of a throwback Mississippi State squad. You mentioned the Oak Ball element. I think I would put them ahead of schedule. I knew that they were going to be good, but year one and bringing all those transfers over and everything and the complexion of the SEC, I wasn't quite sure, but I still really like this team. And it's not just the transfers, but the lineup is relentless. And it starts, for my money, Noah Sullivan is the most valuable piece out of that bunch. Transfer Aiden Hill from Virginia, one of those Cavalier pieces that's been brought over. He was banged up, and I don't know if he cracks the starting lineup right away, but it sounds like he's probably going to play at some point this weekend. So, yeah, they had some holes in terms of missing some key components against Georgia, and so things could have gone a lot differently, especially if they had the pitcher. You mentioned him, Ryan McPherson, but he's not going to be available this week against Tennessee. Bryce Chance is hitting over 400 for the Bulldogs. So, yeah, Landon Mack and company going to have their work cut out tonight. And Mississippi State does have some of those key qualifiers in terms of, there's a few SEC teams that are getting the job done on the mound. We know that if you're in the top tier of the SEC, you're going to have a lineup that's dangerous regardless of who you are. And, I'll look for what teams are doing on the mound in terms of command and control and missing bats. And that's what Mississippi State does so well. And there's freshmen doing their part. Jack Bauer is a triple-digit machine as a freshman. He's been really good in his role and getting a lot of innings and at-bats as a freshman. And then Jacob Parker, I really love him. He's the brother of JoJo Parker, who's the first-round pick of the Toronto Blue Jays last summer. Jacob Parker has 7 home runs already. He's 7 home runs and slugging over 700. I'm surprised he didn't get drafted. I kind of predicted that he would get drafted alongside his brother JoJo, but he winds up in Starkville. And for my money, he's the freshman of the year, probably in the country, definitely the SEC in terms of an offensive piece. So, yeah, they've got a lot of weapons. Can Tennessee weather the storm down there in Starkville? That's the question.
Logan, we talk about the lineup and the batting order with you every week, and it keeps changing. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a tweak or two tonight again. I think we know who's I think Grindlinger is going to DH again, and I think we kind of know who's going to play where. But, again, like in years past, Tony by now had long since settled on a batting order, and he might make 1 or 2 small tweaks in that. But it feels like we're in the throw stuff against the wall and see if it sticks mode. I did not, the Reese Chapman's game Friday night was fantastic. I was not a big fan of moving him up to the 2-hole in that lineup, even before he didn't perform well there. I don't know. I don't know what you do as far as setting it up tonight and this weekend, but I do think that you need to try something else again. How would you set it up if you were Josh Helander?
Good question, Russ. Coach E has pretty much slid the pieces around as much as you can. And I do agree with Reese, your view of Reese on up at the top, the 2-hole. I'm not sure I would have him there. I do like him more in the middle, in the thick of things. And we've seen Blaine Brown kind of push down a little bit, but then, their, long-term view is Blaine to be a guy that's going to be in that 2-hole, right? And, he had the big swing, the big grand slam. He stayed back on a breaking ball, and it resulted in 4 runs. Can he have that, plate discipline this weekend against a talented pitching staff? If you feel confident in that, like him sitting right there in the 2-hole. So it's going to be interesting. If memory serves, I think Levi caught Mac last week. If they run that back again, I like Levi catch. And it definitely feels like that it's going to be Garrett and Levi till Stone gets back, which I was kind of curious about that. I know obviously Grinlinger is going to get DH opportunities, and maybe that's one that you can put Grinlinger 3, 4, 5 somewhere in there, because the guy's just flat out hitting through 39 at bats. He's getting on base at a 50% clip. He drove in 3 runs in the midweek game. So maybe we see something like that. But yeah, like you mentioned, it's not for a lack of E moving things around and trying to see what sticks. But like you said, there's still a lot of question marks, and the guys have to produce. And I mentioned on the podcast, it feels like a weekend where Tennessee's it feels like Groundhog's Day at this point. And I feel like they're either going to turn a leaf or, the Bulldogs are going to jump on the Vols and, run away pretty quickly. So we'll find out.
Lo, do you think that we're going to Stone, that we'll see him again this year?
Indications from last weekend, we were told through UT spokesperson that sounded pretty confident he would be back at some point. Not, I wouldn't say in the next couple of weeks, but
And did they ever elaborate on exactly what happened?
Broke a bone, broke two bones. He broke a bone, like an orbital bone type thing, and his nose.
And his nose, multiple fractures in there. So the first thing they had to take care of was him getting his eyesight back, like nothing being obstructed in terms of eyesight, and they needed all the swelling to go down to even be able to evaluate properly, right? So I think that's where they're getting at right now, and then we could probably get more of an idea here in the next week or two. But it's all indications early on, going back to last weekend, where that he would likely be back at some point later in the season.
Yeah, he's incredibly lucky. He could have easily lost his sight in that eye.
Yeah.
If Dr. Bear says so. Logan.
Go ahead.
Logan, what does this team have to do to make the NCAA tournament? They're 4-8. Is 13 kind of the number? You got to get to 13 and 17 to be in that conversation?
Yeah, and I mentioned on the podcast that, I do think that there's a path to 8 more conference wins. That would put you at 12. Then you would have to get some style points in the tournament in Hoover. If the one thing the Vols have going for them is they've cleaned up in midweek fashion. And if you keep that going, then I think 8 more SEC wins, trying to do the math in my head, I think that would put you at 34 overall. Like I said, you'd probably need some style points at Hoover, but it could be done. And I think looking at the schedule, which is going to be grueling, but I do think there could be a path to 8 more conference wins. So it's going to be tough, man. I heard y'all talking about the don't get swept on the road theory, and kind of disheartening, but we're kind of back contemplating that. Should we be back? Yeah. But look, it's if you would have said, hey, if you had a crystal ball a few weeks ago and said, hey, you're going to go 1-2 in Starkville, say, all right, so be it, But it's this team needs a winning weekend in the worst way, and not to get ahead of things, but I really love the matchup next week at home versus Ole Miss. I think the key is for Tennessee not to get too down and stay healthy, because I do think if you go 1-2, I do think you can have a really big bounce back opportunity next week against the other SEC team from Mississippi.
Logan, you're over there covering these games. You're up in the press box, whining and dining, rubbing elbows with the big wigs in the local media and University of Tennessee. You see some people connected with the program. You're down there, the press conferences and everything around the Tennessee baseball people. And I'm just wondering, what is the mood like among the people? Everybody likes Josh Helander and really wants this to work. He's a good guy. You can tell he's a good husband and father, and they really want this to work. But as one of our listeners here just said, a team takes on the personality of its coach. And for 7-8 years, however long it was, like, we had a fiery coach and a fiery team. Now we've got a laid-back coach and we've got a laid-back team. Do people realize inside the program that, hey, this is not off to a good start? What do we need to do to prop our guy up here, and so that he can? Nobody's asking him to be Tony Vitello. There's only one. We get that, but
right,
he's got to show a little more fire in that dugout, Logan. He just has to. He's a fiery. You saw Jay Johnson at the end of Game 3.
He got taught.
We've seen Tony. We've seen some of the other hotheads in this league and around this sport. You've got to show emotion. You've got to be willing to fight for your team, or they won't fight for you.
There's a bunch of hotheads in this league.
Yeah, that was so. One thing that stuck out to me last weekend between the coaching matchups was the different styles, and it wasn't just Jay Johnson coming out and checking a box. And like when he stepped out, you knew he was getting tossed, and he made the right call. He took the right approach in that moment. But it wasn't just that; it was the way he managed the game, his pitching. They did not want to pitch to Grimmer, right? That he said, "Look, we're gonna avoid this guy, and we're gonna make these other guys make us pay for those moments." Just so many things, and you got to check a lot of boxes, and that's one that a lot of fans talk about with E, and that one with not just the rapport with the dugout, but in certain moments, you just have to come out and represent and fight for your team. And in the Jay Johnson scenario, it's one of those deals where I'm either stepping out and getting tossed or I'm not. And at some point you got to break the ice with that, in my opinion. And it's not just in one of those moments, but coming out and asking for an explanation on a certain call or something like that. I know fans would like to see more of that, or some more color coming from me from the dugout. But he is saying the right things, and the players are saying the right things, and he's been a little candid at certain moments. And the one topic that E has been pretty candid and transparent about, I think, is Tegan Coons, because his message lately about Tegan Coons is, hey, it's like him and Reynolds are working on this because we got to get length out of him, and they've got to figure that out because the starting performance hasn't been good enough. And that's refreshing, right? It's not just total coach speak. So, and speaking on Coons, I think this is kind of the point I'm circling this weekend, going into next weekend. How does that marriage between Tegan Coons and Reynolds and getting some more length, some productive length out of Coons will go a long way. I think that's an X factor this weekend, because that will in turn allow you not to search for arms at the back end of games, because that's one spot that's killing them right now.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting weekend. I mean, this feels like, I won't say Josh Elander's last stand, but for this season, like, if it's hard for me to see them continuing a quest to make the tournament if they get swept.
Yeah, and then everybody will lose interest at that point for this year at least.
That's already – I mean, Logan, like, I was at the Saturday and Sunday games. And Sunday was Easter, I get that. But I was stunned at the amount of open seats on a beautiful night Saturday over there.
Yeah. Yeah, the tone has kind of started to creep into the fan base, and it affects all the new renovations and all the areas and the seating where folks can cram in. It's creating holes. So look, the 2023 team started out 5-10, and then they made a charge to Omaha. But and in a lot of cases, 4-8 in the SEC through the first 12 doesn't kill a lot of teams, right? But it's just the complexion of everything, how it's happened, and the fashion that it's happened. And that 23 team had so many explosive players on it, man, and they were fiery, like you mentioned. And granted, it was a different era and a different lead man, but you got to have some of that, I think, going forward to kind of tip the scales a little bit. So if you can get to that 12-13 win mark come season's end, then do some damage in Hoover.
Logan, good stuff, my man. Really appreciate you as always, and really appreciate our friends at Crumble Cookies for sponsoring your appearances on the show. And my goodness, what do you think I'm looking at right now, LQ? You know me. You know my tastes. Where do you think my eyes are on immediately today?
Got to be brownie batter.
You're actually wrong. The brownie batter's always there, man. That's been there for a minute. But as far as like the weekly flavors, the Snickers peanut butter cookie.
Whoa.
Are you me right now?
Yeah.
I mean, that is elite.
Yeah, the peanut butter variations, I'm probably the biggest fan. My favorite, my goat, is the peanut butter M&M variety, but the Snickers is locked and loaded with those Snickers pieces sprinkled all together in there. I'll tell you what, Russ, for my money, the blueberry muffin cookie is phenomenal. They've got that buttery glaze mixed in with the blueberry muffin streusel, and then the Dubai chocolate. They keep rolling these different Dubai chocolate offerings out, and this time it's a sandwich cookie, a Dubai chocolate sandwich cookie.
Bear asked me if I like the Dubai chocolate. I gotta be honest. I don't know that I've ever had Dubai chocolate, but it sounds exotic. It sounds yummy, and I'm there. I'm going to do the thing you do, where I say I like something that I've never had. I'm going to go ahead and just cast a blind opinion. We'll call
Usually
that pulling
it's
a bear.
negative.
Yeah. Usually it's you don't like something you're completely unfamiliar with, but that's the difference between you and my friend. You and me, my friend. I err on the side of positivity.
Yeah.
Logan, we appreciate you. Have a great weekend. Hey, hopefully we get some wins this weekend and we can have a more positive conversation next week.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, man. Logan Quinton, check out the 920 podcast on the Fan Run podcast feed or wherever you listen to podcast. LQ and Bill do a tremendous job with that each week during baseball season. A lot of inside baseball for you on the 920 podcast. We got to take a quick time out. More from the Casual Pint North Shore when we continue next here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive. Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation. Fan Run Radio. Knoxville.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Dr.
Back here on the Drive, Fan Run Radio, coming to you live this afternoon from the Casual Pint North Shore. Appreciate them having us out on this beautiful day. We are on the patio today, surrounded by friends and listeners as we watch the Masters. It's absolutely beautiful. Rory kind of coming back to the pack here. Justin Reed making his move as Rory approaches Amen Corner.
You mean Patrick Reed?
What did I say? Who's Justin?
That's Jason Day.
Wasn't Justin Reed, didn't he play for the 49ers back in the day?
Patrick Reed's the guy who went to Georgia, and then they hated him there, and then he went to thank you.
What language, please? I mean, Koval, first of all, they're young people here.
There's children present.
They're ladies. And we're on live radio.
Come on, dude. You've been around us long enough.
Trying to get us kicked? Are you trying to get us fired on a beautiful day?
This isn't app only.
No,
it's not
no.
app only. No.
But Patrick Reed, yeah. And then I don't. Where he went to some? Did he go to school in? Where did he end up after he left Georgia?
I don't know.
Maybe some small school in Augusta or around
That's
there.
right. Yeah. There's a.
And they don't like him there. I don't think. And then he married somebody like mine and Bob's age, and he's like fairly young.
Okay.
And he estranged.
Likes him a little older.
He's completely estranged from his own family.
Oh no, I hate that. He's full of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, because they don't like, his. I guess it's his wife. It's like 20-something years older than him.
That's strange.
That's a pretty big age gap.
Yeah.
As a parent.
Yeah.
Boy, or son or daughter. You don't want your kid. That's just weird.
Nate Oates, his new fiance is 20 years. He's 51. She's 30.
Did we ever figure out if he pulled the full nude on her?
I don't know. I mean, you have to go back and
to match up dates, treatment.
I don't care about it that much.
I mean, it wouldn't shock me if it were true.
DR Vol is next on the program. Good afternoon, DR.
The button didn't work. You'll have to call back real quick.
Oh,
not just me. I'm sure he was getting ready to work. I'm sure he was getting ready to really raise the level of discourse, as he typically does. DR Vol, that guy.
I don't see why you have to taunt him before he can. You don't even know what he's going to say.
I know.
He's back. We got him.
But I know that he's going to take a cheap shot on the way out the door. He always does. Hello, DR Vol. You're on the drive.
No, I'm not going to take a cheap shot at you. I will say that's the fourth time that Walker's dropped my call. Bear's only done that to me twice in 9 years. So shout out to Bear.
New guy. You still got a few things to learn.
And I love Walker. I mean, I'm against what Bear said. I sat by Walker in a basketball game. He didn't stink at all. In fact, he smelled pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
He had an alluring.
I never said he
not for
stunk.
me. I wouldn't get in a hot tub with him. Well, I'm like Bear, but yeah, I mean, he didn't stink at all. Guys, I'm kind of excited about the weekend baseball series. Does that make me positive?
No. I mean, it's a beautiful weekend. It's baseball season. Makes you hopeful.
And I'm very hopeful, and I'm excited to see how we can blow maybe a 12-run lead. Let's go for that.
It's really, I mean, that's how you're going to end our second hour of the show.
Just cheap shots at our baseball program and our coach.
Opening up the fire hose of negativity on our audience.
I can't help it, Russ. Like last year, we went down to Oxford and watched the Ole Miss series because it was close. Starkville was close for us, and I didn't even think twice about going. And I don't like that. I don't want to be negative about it. Baseball's brought me so much joy. I mean, I've been a lifelong fan for 5 years. I don't want to be out on them.
I know, buddy. Hey, man, I feel the same way. I'm hopeful. I can't say I'm optimistic, man. This weekend, it's just, hey, man, win one, and then you come home, and who do we have next week? Ole Miss coming in here.
Yep.
Like and see
Logan
if you can win a series at home. Yeah,
it
feels. That. I mean, that's what you're going to have to do. Is you got to win your series at home. And you got to not get swept on the road.
Yeah.
And the problem is, like, Ole Miss is, I think they're pretty good this year. But after that, our home series, I think our other two home series are Alabama and Texas, who are both in the top 10 right now, and Oklahoma, who's also very good.
When do we play the coal miners?
We got to go up there here in a couple of weeks, and it's going to be difficult, man. They're pretty good.
Now, guys, I know y'all are up against it. There was a prompt I tagged y'all in. I got to know y'all's answer. You get $100,000 or you get a 24-hour period. You got to eat 340 Oreos. If you eat them, you get $5 million. If you don't complete it, you get nothing. What are y'all doing?
I feel like 34 Oreos in 24 hours? 340?
Yeah.
14 an hour, man.
I could do it.
I think what you do is like you just go ahead and put down 100 right away, like as many as you can, and then wait 12 hours.
How long do you have to hold them down?
I think you just have to consume them.
I can't.
How many are in a pack, like a standard pack of Oreos?
Like 36.
It was 34 a pack. He had, and it was 10 packs. So a total
only
of
34.
We're talking about 10 packages of Oreos, dude, in 24 hours.
I mean, for a substantial amount of money, I will put myself through severe discomfort to take a crack at it.
I mean, there's a couple of guys that could probably do it at Fan Run. I'm just not sure if I'm one of them.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm enjoying the show.
All right, thanks. I mean, you just have to eat them a pack at a time.
God,
that's a lot. Like just eating one pack of Oreos. Like I could do it, but I'd be so sick.
I know, a couple. I know should be safe to do.
All right, stay with us. Hour number 3 of the drive coming up. It's Fan Run Radio.
The Drive. Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
It's time for The Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Fan Run Radio, quitting time on your Friday. Congratulations, you have made it. The weekend is here. I'm Russell Smith. Thanks for tuning in to our show. We're live today at the Casual Pint North Shore. Jason Garner and Little Garner exiting the building. This is a good-looking kid, man. 7th grader, quarterback. Sturdy.
That kid's just in 7th grade?
Yeah.
Why don't you go send him to Catholic, Garner?
Where's he going? Is he going to Alcoa?
I think he's a CAKer.
Oh, that's right.
He's a
that's
warrior.
Right. That's right. Okay.
That's a shame.
It is.
Wow. That's what we're.
He would be a
Stop.
Catholic.
Both of you, stop. We are live today, the Casual Pint North Shore. Come on out and see us. We've got another hour with you. Show's flying by this afternoon. We're having a good time. Hajj's going to join us here in just a few minutes. Walker Smith, top 5 at 5. Hit it.
Thank you, Russell. At number 1, Tennessee football will wrap up its spring training camp slate this Saturday afternoon with the playing of the 2026 Orange and White game in Neyland Stadium, with storylines like the quarterback battle and Jim Knowles' new defense set to be on display. It will be at 2 p.m. on Saturday and is free for all fans to attend. There will be a radio broadcast, but there will be no televised broadcast of the scrimmage.
Garner was asking me how many people I thought would be there. And he set the under over like 12,000.
Oh, I put it about 30, 35.
I was going to go 20-ish. I don't know, man. Like I've been, one stock sports radio conversation that we have not had this year is
What's that?
Why don't we have an exhibition spring game against another team? It's just,
we've had it many, many times.
The conversation.
Yeah.
And
I know you've always been a big proponent of it.
Yeah. And, I mean, how much better would that be than this game tomorrow that nobody really has much interest in?
I mean, we'd all agree to that until the first time, our best player snaps his leg or blows his knee out and he's done for this fall season. And we're like, why are we doing this?
I guess so, man. I just wish that there was a way to. I mean, I feel like when I was growing up, listening to sports radio, spring football was a big deal. It was like, oh my, I remember going to seeing, running into somebody from church at the '97 spring game, and we were talking about, oh yeah, we're here to see the national champions play their spring game.
Yeah, but. I mean, it's different now because there's spring sports. I mean, there's so much other stuff that draws people's attention just strictly in sports. I mean, you got the Masters this weekend. Tons of people are into golf. We just finished college basketball. NBA playoffs are getting ready to start. There's just so much more stuff out there.
Well, there's not a lot of buzz. So hopefully the boys have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody gets hurt, and we make some progress out there. Growing experience, a little film study, because we need another big off season. Derek Owings' time, his time to shine. That's why we brought him here.
Mm-hmm. At number 2, Tennessee baseball begins a tough series on the road tonight at number 5, Mississippi State in Starkville. It will be Landon Mack making his second straight Friday start this year on the bump. Sophomore Chris Newstrom will not be with the team this weekend as he's dealing with an internal matter. And first pitch is at 7 p.m. and is showing on SEC Network Plus.
Well, I'm more excited about it than DR Vol. I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to breathe and live and die with every pitch the way I had been doing. I kind of stopped doing that after the
World Series.
No. I was going to say like the first loss to Vanderbilt this year. I mean, I was all in. I watched every game up until that point, and then it was kind of like, well,
what am I doing with my life?
Yeah, it was just like setting myself up for disappointment. I'm tired of being mad and angry on the weekend. I got other things to do, so I'm sure I'll flip it on when I get home tonight. But I'm not invested emotionally right now. Tired of hurting. Can't do it.
And at number 3, Kim Caldwell and the Lady Vols have 4 ACC and SEC players set to visit this weekend. Tennessee is hosting Florida's Layla Reynolds, Virginia Tech's Mackenzie Nelson, Georgia's Jen Kraft, and Georgia's Riley Thierkoff on Rocky Top. That list includes 3 guards and 1 forward.
Need them all. We've only got, 12 spaces left? We got to have players, man. We got a roster to fill out here.
We've made progress this week. We got 2 of them.
Who is the girl from Florida? Is that Reynolds?
Yes. That's Layla Reynolds.
Layla got me on my knees. Whatever happened to the big that hit the portal?
What? Who?
What's her name?
From us?
Audie Croaks?
Yeah, where'd she end up?
She hasn't committed anywhere. She's doing visits and stuff like that.
I thought I saw where she did commit somewhere.
I only saw that she was doing visits. I could have missed it.
Hold on.
DR wanted me to ask you a completely inappropriate question, so I'm not going to do that.
Oh, she hasn't committed yet. Okay. Could be headed to Notre Dame, according to Sports Illustrated.
Muffet McGraw's old program.
Please continue,
right.
Walker.
At number 4, big shot Bob McIntyre was not hitting big shots yesterday in his first round at the Masters and now may face disciplinary actions after his reaction to a quadruple bogey on 15. McIntyre was caught flipping the middle finger at the 15 green after he hit the ball in the water twice and then flew his third attempt over the back of the green. Masters organizers, known for their strict rules, are likely to take a dim view of the behavior, and McIntyre could face further trouble.
Let me get this straight. The dude flipped the green off?
Yeah. Was walking to the tee box and just flipped the bird at the green.
And the stuffed shirts at Augusta are maybe going to punish him further than that green already did?
Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous. He flipped off the green. The green doesn't have feelings.
It's Augusta. You can't flip off the green.
It's
nom. This is not nom. There are rules.
I don't think they're standing up for the green, Bear. I think the powers that be realize that it's an inanimate object. Yeah, I think it's the the storied traditions and history of Augusta.
I mean, how do they square that with their misogynistic and elitist? They wouldn't. It's not like they're real inclusive down there.
Oh, that's a problem for you?
No, I'm just saying they live in a big glass house. You got a problem with some stuff with flipping the bird?
How is that being included? Like we should be inclusive of the boorish and knuckleheaded?
No, I'm just saying you've done that before where you've just flipped off something.
Yeah, at Knox Muni. Not at freaking Augusta. Like,
it was a boneheaded move. I think it'd be silly to punish this guy further. Go ahead, Walker.
And at number 5, a scenic Ugandan jungle has become a bloody battlefield as 2 rival chimpanzee clans wage what could be the first recorded primate civil war. The ongoing conflict was detailed in a study published on April 9th in the journal Science. Quote, chimps from one group began attacking and killing those from the other group, and that turned into an escalated period of lethal violence, study author Aaron Sandell said. The group in Kibble National Park was once said to be peaceful, but starting in 2015, the formerly cohesive community had split into two clans that lived and reproduced separately, with aforementioned trio presiding over one of them. Now they occupy separate territories, similar to gangs presiding over turf. They unleash brutal attacks on each other that have resulted in the deaths of both adult and infant chimps.
Yeah, I don't mess around. They get a hold of your babies, they're killing them.
I see. I mean, they're just like
chimps
us. Or we're just like them. I mean, it's
yeah, basically same. They're our closest relatives.
They
most people don't realize chimps are like super. Like you see people who have those things as pets.
Yeah.
I remember that woman that her pet ate her face.
Oh, that one that rode around with Clint Eastwood seemed real nice.
That wasn't a chimpanzee. That was an orangutan.
I knew that.
Chimpanzees are prone to violent behavior. While this may be the first time it's happened within a chimpanzee community, like they're well known for attacking other primates. Have you ever seen one that doesn't have its hair?
Didn't Jane Goodall witness a chimp war back in the day?
I'm sure she probably did.
Like they got
these things. If you see one that has, I saw a picture of one that had didn't have any fur, had some kind of genetic defect. Dude, they're like Arnold Schwarzenegger underneath all that fur.
Oh yeah, you don't want to mess with the chimp.
You can rip your arms off, literally,
and beat you with them.
Yeah. So they've gone full Alabama and Auburn over there in
Uganda.
Brother against brother.
Wolf, do we have a favorite on the Ugandan chimp war? I mean, imagine if you could
keep track of this.
Imagine if you could get cameras on this thing and we could bet on it.
Oh yeah, it's just what I want to do. Watch chimpanzees kill each other. And
I'd watch it.
Little chimp babies.
I'd watch it.
That's disgusting.
You'd be right there with me, wouldn't you, Koval?
You guys are monsters.
The chimp war. What do you think?
You'd have been in the stands when the Romans threw the Christians to the lions.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think we should bring it back.
Barabbas.
I think we should bring it back.
We kind of have that. It's called NFL football.
Well, I'm talking about as punishment.
Hockey, NASCAR. I mean, it's gladiator sport.
We
UFC.
Take our violent criminals, our freaks, our perverts, and we put them in the Coliseum and turn the lions loose on them. Let's go. Pay-per-view, pay down the national debt. You know?
Yeah, think about moving to Afghanistan. They do stuff like that over there.
Yeah, but
except they don't have animals. They just do it. They cut out the middleman. They do it themselves.
I don't know. I looked into it. I don't think I'd do well over there.
I mean, if you got a tan and grew the beard out, man, you'd pass.
Okay. Thank you, Walker. That's the top 5 at 5. It's brought to you this afternoon by our friends right here at the Casual Pint North Shore, where they turn 12 next week. Outstanding. I like all the Braves merchandise. Lindsay, one of the co-owners here, big Braves fan. I was talking to her about it. Like, I was like, hey, we don't suck this year. And she was like, so far. So like, she's more pessimistic about it than I am.
I thought that they've done a lot better than I was expecting. We were really going to get to needle you this year. What with everything that was going on preseason with them, you know?
You still might get your opportunity, my friend.
Nah, I think we're all going to have to. The three of us are going to have to team up against Bobby Baseball and his Dodgers.
See if we can bring the evil empire to its knees.
He just acts so smug about it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That guy.
The thing that irks me about the Dodgers fan is they know what they're doing is bad for baseball. They know what they're doing is going to lead to a work stoppage next year that might wipe out all of the season at a time when the game, you know, it took a long time after 94 for it to recover, and it went through period where it was in the steroid thing was and they have had their best period of growth the past 4 or 5 years, and they're really at risk of throwing it all away. But what irks me is like the Dodgers fans,
they don't care.
They don't care. They're willing to take the entire sport down with them.
And I'm saying that as a Yankees fan. I think they're beyond the pale. What would happen? What happens to minor league baseball when that happens? Are they locked out too?
I would imagine. Yeah, I mean, we got to fill the Cove.
That would almost upset me more that we couldn't go to the Cove.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully cooler heads prevail. Tell you what, let's get a call from Phil before we go out to the desert. Phil, you're on the drive, Fan Run Radio. Good afternoon, sir.
What's right, David?
Hey, Phil.
How you and Bear Bryant doing?
Hey, we didn't do a Masters update either. We've got to go to the leaderboard here before we're done, Walker. Rory trying to punch out from the tree.
Down there, read a little report. I kind of enjoy them. So.
Yeah, Bear did all right.
Yeah. Guys, I see with the Lady Vols getting all these players, they're just getting rejects from other places coming here and nobody else wants. And we got a coach with no discipline who's going to take care of them. I don't see this working too well.
I know that tears you up, right, Phil? I mean, you're really pulling for a turnaround for Kim Caldwell and the gals, right?
It's not going to happen. I don't care if I wanted to or not. It's a no-win situation. She should have been a can, but Danny White's
she honestly, she wasn't ready for that. I mean, this job, Phil.
Exactly. Too big of a job.
I mean, it's arguably the biggest job in women's college basketball, the most prestigious. I wish they acted, the people that do care about it, heart and soul, and over there, I wish that they treated it with as much respect as it deserves. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know how it goes. You got somebody it doesn't take long to tear down what takes forever to build up.
No.
I guess that you don't have the big money people that want to bankroll the Lady Vols either.
They bankrolled them this year, Phil. That roster wasn't. I mean, the roster wasn't cheap this year, was it, Russ?
No, I don't think so.
They had as much financial support as any other women's college program.
And now these ADs are going to think about, just funneling the money to
men's basketball and
football and men's basketball. Like if they're really this strapped for cash, they're not. If they are, it's of their own doing. But that's what they're going to say. Then they're going to put their money where their money is.
So Danny White would rather give the money to the Lady Vols than the Tennessee baseball team.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
that recruiting budget they had last year. I mean, with the Lady Vols, didn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, the Lady Vols bring in more money than the baseball team does.
I don't think the Lady Vols make a cent. You know they're not making any money.
Baseball team doesn't make much either. So, again, 75% is going to go to football, 15% is going to go to men's basketball, 5% to women's basketball, and then 5% to everything else. So that hopefully baseball is getting most of that, but they're probably, maybe softball gets a little bit. I don't know how they divvy it up, but most schools are going to put a little bit more in women's basketball than baseball.
All these big money boosters say they won't give Barnes money to recruit, and how come we're not getting any players yet?
Well, you got one. I mean, the visits are just now happening, right? Yeah. JP is strongly committed to those guys without visiting. Most players are going to visit. So
did he go in with a no contact?
I don't know.
Like, would it surprise you if Michigan had already been talking to him?
No.
I'm sure he has. I'm sure they have.
It wouldn't surprise me if, everybody's been being talked to.
Oh, yeah, on all sides, yeah.
What gets me, though, Michigan was taunting J.P. Estrella in that game, and then he ends up getting in bed with him. It's even more fun, isn't it? But she's getting his $3 million, so I guess
that is a good.
Well,
how much are they allegedly paying him? $3 million?
4, I think, is more likely.
I didn't want to lose him, but I can understand our hesitance to pay.
Yes,
that much.
Well, I'm like Bear. If you want to keep one, I'd have had Amari Evans. At least you know the 3 positions wrapped up. I don't see anybody we got on our campus now can play the 3 unless it's a true freshman.
Well, we've only got 6 guys, 6 or 7,
and the portal just
yeah.
Let's take stock here in a week or two.
Yeah. Remember this conversation, Phil. Mark it down. Be sure to call us back next Friday. We will have at least one.
Good barometer. I agree with you. It's getting time to see what happens. You got to have more than 2 or 3 good players, though.
Phil, have you heard any of the scuttlebutt about about Native Mint slipping in draft projections?
What, going down?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. If I was Barnes, I'd give him $6 million and stay in there a year at Tennessee.
Holy, you imagine him.
Well, they're not getting Tyler Tanners, get real. They're not going to get Drew Parrish.
William Pattison posted on Twitter a list of like all the NBA mock drafts, like 6 or 7 of them that he's seen just in the past week or so. And they all had Nate going like in the 10 to 14 range. He ain't coming back.
Probably not, but I'd still try.
Sure.
Well, what Coach Polinski tell that they told him that his locker would be waiting on him.
It's like me when I asked out the prom queen, and the captain of the cheerleading team in my senior year, and I knew my chances were slim and none, but I was precocious and I shot my shot.
Bear was the captain of a cheerleading team?
What? Thank you, Phil. We appreciate the phone call. 865-966-3435. Your phone number to get on the show this afternoon. You can call or text the drive, 966-3435. Live this afternoon at the Casual Pint North Shore. Thanks to Nick, Farragut Nick, for coming out and saying hello this afternoon. Who's it? Mike and the girls coming by there?
Yeah.
Dirty Mike and the boys. Showing up this afternoon in his Oasis shirt too. I mean,
Oasis. Yeah.
Okay. Quick timeout. The
best
drive.
There is, the best there was, the best there ever will be.
That's Ric Flair.
No.
Fan Run Radio. Back with more right after this.
The Drive. Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching for Fan Run Sports.
Hey, it's Russell Smith here for ECR Total Landscapes. I had the ECR crew out to my house last year to remove multiple trees on my property, and I couldn't be more satisfied with the work they did. Not only did they cut down several trees that were too close to my house, they also grinded the stumps and cleaned up the work site, leaving my yard looking better than before. Take it from me. If you've got a dangerous, overgrown, or storm-damaged tree that's threatening your home, your car, or your family, don't risk it. Do what I did. Call ECR Total Landscapes for a free estimate. Tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. 865-384-2012. That's 865-384-2012. Your local tree cutting experts. These guys get the job done. Check out their website, ECRTotalLandscapes.com.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game, Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort.
Back here on the Drive, Fan Run Radio, live this afternoon at the Casual Pint North Shore. What a beautiful day. Love it when a good plan comes together. Rory McIlroy, your leader at the Masters, 700, but big Pat Reed's coming. So is Mick Fleetwood.
That's such a setup that his first name's Mick.
It's not. I was just seeing if you would catch that. It's Tommy. Let's bring in the Sheik, live in the desert this afternoon. Haji, good afternoon. How are you, sir?
Good afternoon. How's everything out at the Pint?
Oh, man.
It's
It's beautiful, right? It was like 72 degrees. There's just a slight breeze.
Feels perfect. East Tennessee, April weather.
We got the golf on. A lot of Fan Run Nation showing up, too, by the way. We appreciate all of you who came by today. The Smokies tickets brings them out of the woodwork.
Awesome. Perfect weather. Sounds like Masters weather. Sounds like football weather, too.
Yeah, man. Orange and white game tomorrow. We got baseball happening. Vols down in Stark Vegas, trying to get a win or two here. But Haji, 2 days we double our pleasure, double our fun with the great John Hajj, our resident gambling guru. What are we doing the gambling group now? Our signal chat, Haji, that basketball's over with.
I guess we'll kind of shut it down a little bit here for a while.
Taper back.
Just keep, probably keep my golf picks on Twitter. Maybe throw a couple things out there. We'll see what the plan is for 2026 football. Working on a new media kit for Cover Boys for 26. So hopefully we can pick up a couple more stations. Be fun.
Well, I need the Cover Boys and college football picks back, man, because my FanDuel account, like you guys build it up, and then I start, dabbling in basketball, and then baseball comes, and by the time football season kicks off, I've just about drained my account down, and I got to get y'all's money picks so that I can
food on your table.
I can have that money to frivolously waste away during baseball season.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. One of the big things one of my favorite sayings, and I'm going to put it on a T-shirt this year, is if it doesn't make sense, it must make dollars. And I really kind of drifted away from that this year, so I'm kind of excited to get back to that. I kind of didn't factor those in as often as I should have. So, I'm excited to get busy working on football, and in the meantime, it'll just be golf. I won't go near a baseball or NBA or hockey bet, at least till the finals probably. So I'll be football time all the time here pretty soon.
Cover Boys getting back to their roots. The great John Hajj with us this afternoon. Well, Haji, we have been keeping our eye on the Masters, and we got a good little tournament going on right now. Rory came roaring out of the gates today, fell back a little bit. I'm watching him on 13 right now. Looks like he's on the green. I'm not sure what shot it is, but he's got a one-stroke lead over Patrick Reed and Tommy Fleetwood. Bunch of guys at 5 under. We got a nice little tournament going on right now.
Yeah, Rory hit it in the Rays Creek tributary there at 13 again, as he did last year on Sunday. So I believe he's putting for. Oh no, it's birdie. So what was that second shot out? Now is that right?
Yeah, he just birdied, so he's under now.
He's what? I'm sorry?
He's at 8 now.
13?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 13. Okay. All right, very good. I missed that. I thought he hit it in the creek at 13. They were showing a replay of last year, I guess. So
yeah,
that threw me off a little bit. And Cam Young hit it on the bank, and it stayed up. So that's good. I need to see him stick around up there. But, yeah, pretty busy leaderboard. Yesterday we talked about the top 11. The 11 of the last 12 champions were in the top 11 after the first day. And so today now the same numbers, 11 of the last 12 were, I'm sure that's right. Actually 12, the last 12 winners were all in the top 8 after round 2. So you want to be up there in the top 8, and that is, there are 11 players at 4 under or better that are tied for 7th. So, and I believe half of those are major winners. So you got Shane Lowry, Wyndham Clark, Jason Day, Rosie, Patrick Reed, and McElroy, all major winners. So, and then the other thing is for the top 25 in the world. So 13 of the last 14 winners were ranked 16th or better in the official world rankings coming into the tournament. Only Matsuyama was ranked 25th 5 years ago when he won. So you've got 13 of the 16 actually inside the top 22 right now. So a lot of talent up there in the top of the leaderboard. Ben Griffin, excuse me, is 3 under, shot 4 under today. He's tied for 11th. So he's not a major winner, but he's certainly in the hunt there at 3 under. I would say the cutoff's probably going to be 3 unders are going to make it, are going to be in the hunt this weekend.
In the mix and in the hunt, the Sheik, John Hajj, with us here this afternoon, Fan Run Radio. Haji, what do you make of all the chatter, not just around Augusta, but around, golf in general, of rolling the ball back? These guys who can hit 350 yards with ease. Gary Player today was asked about his thoughts on the professional game. He said, quote, "We got away from the concept of golf when it started originally a par 5, a par 4, a par 3. There's no such thing as a par 5 in the world today. We saw Rory with a 7-iron last year when he won the Masters. They're hitting 8-irons, 7-irons to par 5s. They've been lengthening these golf courses for years now, ever since Tiger, Haji, and eventually it's just a matter of space. You can only get so big, right?
Yeah, some of the classic courses, they don't have room to move the tee boxes back enough on enough holes to do it. So that may be the only option. I don't think for the everyday player they need to move the ball back, but it wouldn't be a problem to have 2 different balls out there, certainly. But I kind of agree with it, I guess. I know Jack is all for it. And, of course, Jack's 86 and Gary Player's 90. So, things change over time, right? There's always changes going on in sports. But I don't know what you do about the golf courses. The Augusta's probably still got a little room to move it back. But I don't know what's going to happen with that. But it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
86.
A couple of years, right?
86 for the Golden Bear. 40 years ago, he won his last one. Where were you, Haji?
I was moving back to Atlanta from Florida after the shuttle had blown up, and it was. I remember that really strongly where I was, and a buddy of mine gave me a VHS tape of that Masters, and my roommate in the 90s, we wore that thing out. So I can quote every line from that last round of that Masters. And I finally got it made into a DVD. Of course, you can watch it on YouTube anytime you want. But a couple of interesting tidbits here for you is Reed, Rory's situation. You remember the Ryder Cups when they played against each other, and Reed was Captain America, and they had some knockout drag, a bunch of birdie fest back and forth. And so that would be interesting to see who the crowd's going to pull for. You've got also Reed and they played together on Sunday when Reed won the tournament. So that could be interesting. But you also looking at Reed and Koepka left Live this year, and they're both up there. And Rahm and Bryson are going to make the cut, I guess, barely on the number. Looks like 4 over is going to still make the cut, so that's where Rahm is. So he's got a chance to improve, but hadn't been a great showing for the Live golfers. But Hatton had a great day today, 6 under. I think he'll struggle to match that tomorrow, much as Rory was looking like he was going to today. But he's bounced back nicely again. So just a stellar leaderboard, certainly.
Is Scotty out of it at even par going into Saturday, or do you think he can get hot and get in this thing?
I wouldn't nobody at even par's got a shot other than him, obviously, because he can shoot 65 at any given time. He just seems a little off. I don't know if he's getting enough sleep. You know, he's got a newborn again, another newborn this year, 3 weeks, 4 weeks old, something like that. So maybe that's got his mind occupied a little bit elsewhere. And so he's been a little off. I just don't know if he's going to have it to rally to get in that group. But there's a few in there that I'm looking at even par. Oberg, Scotty, of course, Fitzpatrick's even. So I'd like to see those guys play well. Morikawa's 3 under on the day. He's tied for 20th now. Xander is 1 over. He's the only guy on the leaderboard that's over par today. So I'm not sure what's going on with Schatz. I hadn't seen him on TV much at all, but there's a sprinkle of guys in there that aren't going to be a factor. So it should be really bunched up in a fabulous leaderboard on the weekend.
Haji, what do you make of this guy flipping off the green? Bear thinks it's an outrage that they're trying to censor him or get him in trouble in any way.
I missed it, bud. Tell me the story.
What was it, Walker? Who was the guy? He flipped off the green, and Augusta said they're going to, kick him out of the tournament or something?
Yeah, so it was Big Shot Bob, Robert McIntyre. He had a quad on 15 yesterday, and as he was walking away, he flipped off 15 green, and apparently the high brass at Augusta were not fans of that.
I'm sorry, I did see that. I didn't realize it had become a thing, though. I didn't realize that was they had caught. We're making a big deal out of that. Where is it? He's outside the cut anyway, isn't he? He's out of it. He's gone. Well, he won't have to be evicted. He finished his round, so he'll be on his way, and that'll be fine. You know, remember Gary McCord used to call the action at the 14th, and it was a staple on CBS back in the day.
Yeah, he said they were the greens were bikini waxed.
Yeah, and that was his invitation to leave the Masters. So that was his last.
Really?
So, yeah, they can be a little picky about things like that. Ben Wright, another one. He was on that 86 Masters call.
The golf has a couple of guys who are low-key, like pioneers of getting canceled.
Right? Yeah. You know, back in the day, like in the 60s, there were guys, Roger Maltby, I believe it was, and he's been on NBC forever still doing on-course commentary. But I believe it was Roger. I'm pretty sure it was. He was a Michelob sponsor. He liked his beers, and he lost his check one time when he won a tournament. They gave him a check, and it wasn't a giant one. It was probably big enough. I don't know, but he was in the bar having a big time and lost his check. So
this is the day
one of the days of beer sponsors,
and before direct deposit as well.
Yeah, before Tigers got in the gym and got everybody else in the gym. You know, I don't know if that's a good thing or not for all of us, but it's good for the golf for sure.
All right, Haji, good stuff. Give me a closing thought or two as we head into the weekend. Beautiful weekend at Augusta with a green jacket hanging in the balance.
Yeah, I'm a huge Patrick Reed fan. You've never heard me say that before in my life because I have never been a huge fan of his at all, certainly. But
well, you got money on it?
Financial reasons, Reed would be nice. Yeah, I've got him to win and finish win without McIlroy. So a second place finish would be nice as well. So, man, I don't know what to tell you. I think Roy, Freddie yesterday there, they were talking to him after his round and Roy was still out on the course. He said he may never lose another one after winning getting that big gorilla off his back. So, it'll be interesting to see. It'd be kind of weird to see Rory go 0 for 11 and just be grilled beyond belief and then go out and win 3 or 4 in a row or something would be just, I don't know what you call that, but it'd be pretty neat to see, but I we all have fatigue.
Yeah, well, it happens.
Yeah,
it happens in that sport. Mickelson for the longest time was greatest player never to win a major, and then once he popped, he couldn't stop.
Yeah,
1-3. That's right. Yeah, so maybe he's 36, so still in his prime. He's got 4 attempts before he turns 40. So wouldn't be surprised to see it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. How'd you get?
I'm pulling for Rose as well. Yeah, I'd like to see Rose sort of win it too after what he's been through, there, and especially after last year. Wouldn't be as quite as good for my wallet, but it'd still be okay. I've got him, so it'd be good to see.
All right, man. Have a good weekend. May the odds be forever in your favor, and we will check in again soon.
You guys too. Anybody going to the game? Is it on TV tomorrow? What's the football?
No, there's no TV at all.
I don't think we're going.
I didn't think it was.
Yeah. Haji, we'll talk soon.
Anxious. Yeah. All right. Anxious to see how the quarterbacks play. All right. Take care, guys. Appreciate you.
John Hajj,
legend.
A little awkward on the dismount there, but
that's all right.
Good conversation. Yeah. Stay with us. The shocking conclusion of the drive coming up next. Fan Run Radio. Speak now, forever hold your peace. 865-966-3435 is your phone number. 966-3435. If you want to jump in here for our final segment of the day, of the week, as we wrap up from the Casual Pint North Shore right after this.
The Drive. The playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. Right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. Fan Run Radio.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Where are the best ribs in the volunteer state? Rickard Ridge. Who has the best barbecue catering packages in East Tennessee? Rickard Ridge. And where's the most beautiful setting to enjoy a meal with family and friends? Rickard Ridge. Rickard Ridge Barbecue. Just a quick ride up I-75, take exit 134, hang a right, and Rickard Ridge is on your left, just inside Cove Lake State Park.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great
Fan Run Radio. The drive continues, wrapping up on a Friday edition of the show.
Show has flown by.
I know,
today.
man. This is the fastest show we've had in a long time.
Yeah, for sure.
I could do another hour.
I'm ready for my weekend to start.
Bears ready to mail it in.
I'd say mail it in, but I'm ready to, relax.
Walker Smith probably ready to get the hell out of there too. Right?
That's a lonely post you have to man when we're all gone. There's nobody there right now besides him.
I mean, for all we know, he's sitting there with his pants off right now,
watching the Masters.
Yeah, because it's hot, not because he's a weirdo. Although
he is a weirdo.
Anyway, the bathroom game still elite here at Casual Pint.
They treat us so good, no matter which location we're at. Love doing these events with the Casual Pint folks. I saw somebody is chowing down on a burrito in there that looks.
Yeah.
The
restrooms here have been described as Buc-ee's-esque.
I mean, they're very similar.
They're small. They're singles.
Small private singles,
which is always nice.
Yeah, and you can tell when a place keeps up with their bathroom.
Yeah, smells nice in there. A little potpourri.
Everything's clean.
Floor's clean. Yeah, cleaning.
You don't have to worry about anything here. So
I'm glad you just went with anything here rather than getting specific.
We're at a remote.
Make it weird right at the end of the show here.
We've done so good today.
All right, let's get back to the phones here as we've got time for another phone call or two. If you want to jump in at 865-966-3435, your phone number to get on the show here this afternoon. Tennessee baseball in an hour. Let's see if anybody's got an early look at the lineup for tonight.
For tonight,
be nice to go down there and jump on these guys. Here's the Friday night lineup. Eric Kane of FallQuest has it. Right back in the leadoff spot in center field, and Chapman hitting second, so he's going to stick with that. Interesting. Wouldn't it have been my choice?
You can tell him that next time.
He didn't ask me. Yeah. I just think Grimmer is hitting it too well right now to be hitting fourth. I know this for older folks in our audience. Oh, it's a cleanup. That's where you put your power down. But
no,
not in the big leagues anymore. No, you put your best hitter first or second
because you want to try and get as many at bats out of him. Is there anything that Elander can or that you can do when people are trying to pitch around your better hitters?
No, I know. I mean, you got to have. Well, with Grimmer last week, it was kind of happenstance because the two times it happened, he came up with a runner on second, nobody on first.
Yeah.
So it made sense to go ahead and give him the free pass
rather than take the chances.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was Grinlinger was hitting fifth on Sunday, and I think it was Marin on Saturday. But he pitched to Grinlinger, and I think Grinlinger did get a hit once. I saw his brother, who's committed to us, Keith Law on The Athletic, had him going like 15th or 16th in the draft this
First
year.
round, yeah. He ain't getting him. It'd be like Mookie.
I heard Rod Delmonico on Basilio's show today.
Love Coach Delmonico.
He was talking about the glory years in the mid-'90s and those teams with Helton. And I did not know that they had A.J. Pierzynski committed.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's the weird part about college baseball.
I mean, imagine adding him to that mix in the mid-'90s.
Probably would make some more noise.
That 94 team probably should have gone to Omaha. They had Chris Freeman was pitching on Sundays there because they had R.A. Dickey and I'm blanking. Who was the oh, man, I'm an idiot. I'm sure an alert listener will let us know.
Future Hall of Famer on the team.
Who the other pitcher was in that rotation. Just nasty.
That's pretty wild, Tennessee. I mean, other than outside of Vitello and Delmonico, we've really kind of been a baseball wasteland, but we have one of the two Southeastern Conference players in baseball's Hall of Fame. You tell me the other player in the school, Russ.
I'm sorry, what now? Say that again.
Is brief as our success in baseball, just under Delmonico and Vitello, Tennessee is one of the 2 Southeastern Conference schools to have a former player in in Major League's Hall of Fame. There's only 2 SEC players that made the Hall.
I've heard that Will Clark is the other one. He's not?
Frank Thomas, Auburn.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because I saw this trivia question somewhere.
Unless Will Clark went in since the last time somebody told me that.
Like, I saw this a while ago. And it did surprise me. I remember being surprised by that. Anyway, surely there's more than 2 SEC guys.
I don't think so,
in the
man.
Hall of Fame. Let's get Joshy Boy in here. Joshy Boy, you're on the drive, Fan Run Radio.
Hey, guys. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Thank you.
Good. Well, Russ, I know a good way I can make money this year during college football. I'll fade your picks.
Really? That's how we're going to go?
Yeah.
I don't have a ton of college football picks. I rely on the cover boys to tell me what to do with my money. It's lucrative.
Well, you kind of made me mad yesterday, Russ, when you said it wouldn't be good to draft Jeremiah Love. If he's still there, you take the best player available.
Well, I don't have a strong opinion on that, really. I'm fine with taking Love. Now, Davey Hudson was the one who came on earlier and said he said the Titans absolutely should not do that. I don't feel that way.
Davey's out of his mind.
I don't feel as strongly as Davey does, but his reasoning and logic make a lot of sense. That's a lot of money to tie up in a running back.
That's true. Well, I just think if they took Love, that he could help Cam Ward out in the running game, which would lead to opening up the passing game.
Yes. Yeah, it would make things easier on your offensive line, on Cam, on the receivers. Make things easier on the defense, man, if you can chew some clock up. So, look, I get it. Running back is a devalued position. It's really high. But like I told Davey, my thing is you don't want to bust this pick, man. And we've busted way too many first round Titans. And Jeremiah Love is as close to a sure thing in this draft as there is, in my opinion. Him and Caleb Downs.
So, how do we feel about this week against Mississippi State? I think we're going to take. I have a strong feeling in my plums, Ashley Schaefer. I think we're going to take 2 out of 3. What do you guys think?
Oh, man, I hope you're right.
I'm praying we don't get swept. It's a really good Mississippi State team playing at home.
That would be so awesome to go in there and steal it from them, Joshy Boy. I mean, just to get this fan base back behind this coach and this team, we need it so badly.
Them around.
We need it so badly.
We need it really bad. Yeah. I just feel like if they can win a couple games in the SEC and get the momentum going, then we'll be fine and we'll make the tournament. Have a good weekend, guys.
Thanks, Joshy Boy.
Yeah, if we went in there 1, 2, or 3, if we went in there and swept them, it'd be the equivalent of, when you take somebody with your bare hand by the face and just mush them.
Again, I'll say the exact same thing I said a week ago today when we were up there at the Cove for opening day.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's not even about the wins, the scoring. Just show me the fire, man. Show me the passion that defined Tennessee baseball in the Tony Vitello era, man.
Yeah.
I want to see it from our coach, and I want to see it from our players. Don't be a doormat.
We saw it on the Grand Slam, and that was it.
If we can't hit, we can't hit. But, man, act like it matters to you. If you're getting walked on by the umpires, don't take it. Get thrown out of a game, man. So the other team's talking trash. Start something.
Yeah, back.
We don't
miss Tennessee. We don't take that from anybody.
Seeing our program as neutered as it was, and as it has been these past 2 weekends, is depressing, quite frankly.
I imagine Gilbert somewhere just shaking his head.
You remember we talked to Barnes, GP Polinsky about he's saying they would during the season a couple times they had to zoom in. They bring Ziegler on, and like I wish we could do that with Tony because he knows Elander and like all these guys. And it's like just bring Tony in and say and light a fire under these guys, man. Come on, don't forget who we are as a program. The program with 2 chips on our shoulders.
I mean, either him or one of the former players.
Yeah, Gilbert,
Semo.
Even Andrew Fisher from last year.
Yeah, Burke.
All right, big thanks to Walker Smith for all his hard work. Yeoman's work by you, sir, Walker. Thank you. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. Want to thank the folks at the Casual Pint for having us out again. It's been fantastic. Thank you to everybody who came by to show love today. Yeah, we got some, these are from our friends in there. Here's some free beer tokens.
We can have my 2.
All right. I'll take them.
Smashed.
I'll take them. Not going to get smashed. I got to drive home, man. Got baseball to watch. All right, we're going to get out of here. Thank you so much for all of us here at Fan Run. Have a great weekend. We'll do it again Monday here on The Drive.